a pound, a savings of $2.52 a pound. Don't miss Rouse's Markets truckload sale.
The AAF District 7 Leadership Conference lands on August 23rd through the 24th in downtown Baton Rouge. Engage in interactive sessions designed to forge interstellar bonds among District 7 leaders. Join visionary leaders like Brandon Landry, founder of Walk-Ons, and Lauren LeBlanc Haydel, founder of Flirty Girl, as they illuminate the path to innovation and progress. Explore cutting-edge techniques, emerging trends, and technologies reshaping the advertising landscape. Go to aafdistrict7.com to register.
Do you plan to travel, work part-time, or move somewhere warmer when you retire? At Edward Jones, we understand that no two retirement paths are the same. Contact your local financial advisor today.
In Baton Rouge, call Tex Morris. In LaPlace, call Robert Hemel. And in Baton Rouge, call Will Neighbors.
Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Monday, August 19th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 96. In hour one of today's show, we'll recap the Saints' second preseason game against the San Francisco 49ers, and we'll talk a little LSU football as well. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo! What's up, everyone? Welcome in. Monday, August 19th. 2024. Hope everyone's having a great Monday. Congratulations to everyone. You just made it through your final Saturday without college football. That's right. CFB back. NFL preseason rolling right along. It felt so good last night to have a little 7 p.m. Sunday night Saints football, something that you watching or actually caring about. It's in the air, guys. It truly is. It's here. It's wonderful. We are very excited for it. How was everybody's weekend? Good weekends all around? Solid, guys? We doing well?
Yeah, had a good weekend. Had a chance to go back to my hometown and be a part of GeekCon.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun, and so I'll talk about that probably again in Weekend Winners. And then yesterday, we had a chance to go over to Elite, and we were able to scrimmage Flynn's flag football team, so we both had a lot of fun. I'll just say this. My playbook was on a binder. His was on an iPad.
Wow. He's gone new school.
Quarterback money and fullback money.
Yeah, he's gone new school. Look at that, dude.
I did give him a hard time, but he's like, look, I'm drawing it up over
Who
here.
won?
We don't talk about that.
Okay. Well, I mean, they're older, right? Or are you just trying not to embarrass him? Because I know y'all been putting in that work. What's up, Alondra? How was your weekend?
Really good. So I have this funny story, and I was going to save it for Weekend Winners, but I kind of feel weird.
Nobody listens to the whole show. You can go back.
Winner.
You can go back at 9 a.m. Go ahead.
So on Saturday, me and my friend Alexa, who's getting married, that I'm going to her wedding in Vegas. We went shopping Saturday. I was super exhausted, so I got home, fell asleep. Right?
Yeah.
Woke up and I was still half asleep, and I made a bet because there was a UFC fight Saturday night. So half asleep, I made a bet. I meant to bet.
Real degen.
Dude, I meant to bet on DDP by decision.
Yeah.
Right? It was plus 400. I accidentally clicked by submission for plus 600, which was literally the least likely way for him to win.
Yeah.
So I'm like sitting there watching the fight. Why did he win by submission?
Let's
and
go,
like my accident
dude. Let's
bet
go.
half asleep hit, and I was like, oh my, because I was pissed when I made the bet. I was like, oh, I just wasted this money, and it hit, and I was like, there's no way that this bet that I made on accident, half asleep, just hit. It was crazy. Because like I said, least likely way for him to win.
The DJ and Holy Spirit was looking out for you.
It really was.
A little bit. Sometimes, you know how you have to enter like kind of that subconscious decision-making level, right?
Yeah.
You weren't overcomplicating things. You had emerged from your view and you knew exactly what you were, your brain knew, even if you didn't know that your brain knew the future, what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Taylor, you were at the scrimmage Saturday, so I know we'll get some takes from that. How was it?
It was hot.
Yeah. Jake, they said it was a work day. They spent a whole hour and, what was it, 45 outside, dude. Whole hour, 45, maybe an hour 15, actually. I can't remember. One or the other.
Either way.
We were just us was an hour and a half.
Okay, so it was an hour 45. Hour 45 outside. Yeah, so what who won the day, offense or defense?
I kind of thought it was 50-50.
Okay.
Depending on 11 on 11, I thought offense was a lot better than they were last Saturday. I mean, we got reports of how bad they were last Saturday. I thought they were a lot better there, but I thought D-line competed with the O-line a little bit more.
Yeah, so there's a lot to get to from Saturday's scrimmage, a lot to get to from last night's Saints preseason game. Maybe the plan for today's show is we'll start with the Saints preseason, and then 8 a.m. we'll start to work our way into what I thought was an excellent Brian Kelly press conference, doing his best kind of football manager as he was more on. It felt like a more open, and he's always, on the scale of coaches and openness, he is definitely way more open than a lot of the coaches I've been used to covering. But even for him, I felt like this was kind of an especially interesting press conference where we can learn a lot if we read between the lines. So we got that coming up as well. I had a great weekend this weekend, and a great morning this morning. You know, look, I spent all weekend basically eating cream cheese stuffed jalapenos wrapped in bacon and washing them down with tamales. Had to go to Evolve, get a little burn class on this morning, get my mind right. But I come bearing gifts. I got each of you a dozen Bub T's pork hot tamales.
Now, do y'all know about the tamales up in North Louisiana?
Yeah, so he brought them to us this time last year.
That's right. He did. Okay, Alondra, I feel like you are going to enjoy these. They are. Thank you, T-Bob.
I think the Bub T family, I can't remember exactly, but they've been making these for like 100 years or something.
Gosh.
Something
so
crazy.
They got it down to a science.
It's amazing. They're not, and obviously, like they're not like, they've been in the fridge, but warm up. These things are incredible.
Well, and the best part, like when they're wrapped, they look like it's just like cocaine.
I was about to say the same exact thing. Like there's some hard drug in this foil, but you know what? Either way, I appreciate it, T-Bob.
Yeah, man. You heat those up. Maybe you throw a little. There's a million. I like them plain, but there's a million different ways you can eat it. Maybe throw some like sour cream on them, a little salsa.
Yeah.
Maybe a little Valentina.
I think last time I put a little verde sauce on it.
Oh, yeah. So that's what I told Caitlin yesterday. I said, man, because I ate half a dozen on the ride home. Super aggressive. Got the steering wheel so greasy. She didn't, and I was sneaking them while she was napping. She didn't understand that she took over the last part so I could sleep a little bit. And she was like, what is on the steering wheel? There's like a film on it.
So good.
But
tamales are not optimal driving food.
No, we were out of baby wipes. You have baby wipes, it's fine.
Fair.
It's fine. You're good to go.
Yeah.
But no, I was out, and so I just greased up everything. But I did tell her as I was eating them, that if only I had some salsa verde.
Yeah.
Or some Valentina right now, these things would even pop harder.
I just love the image of like some people have like a beef jerky or something on the road. You've got a tamale, and if somebody was passing you,
it's just half unwrapped. You just eating it.
I was just she was sleeping, and I was just
throwing the husk on the floor of the.
So okay. So we had this conversation. Can you throw the husk out the window?
Oh, well, yeah, they're biodegradable, aren't they?
Right. I mean, right. Like that's what I was thinking. Right. It's a corn husk.
Yeah.
Like
Right,
that's not bad.
So
It
you
kind
were
of
doing
looks
that.
bad. I threw 2 out the window, and then I felt bad, and I stopped throwing them out the window.
You could throw like chicken legs out the window too.
What?
We used to do that going to our hunting camp. We were little chicken legs out the window, dude.
So
it came from out there.
It is that thing where it is biodegradable, but if it lands on the road, it doesn't look great.
Right. It
you know.
doesn't.
Oh, you just got to make sure. Well, with the chicken leg,
chicken bones are a bit easier. Yeah. You ain't getting a corn husk to the grass though.
No.
Not at speed.
No, not on the interstate.
So I ended up erring on the side of no husks out the window after the first couple. I apologize if you saw two papery looking things fly out of the minivan. That was not trash. It was biodegradable corn husks.
Does All-Star do some detailing work?
What's up?
Does All-Star do some detailing work?
Maybe no tamales ended up hitting the side of the car. Okay. Thankfully, no, we did not run into any of that.
Steering wheel might need
T-Bob, like being up in Shreveport, thinking of you now being in Toledo Bend, I can't tell you how many people. It was cool to hear because it means they're listening.
Yeah.
So many people came up to me and they're like, "Where's T-Bob? Like, why is he not here?" I was like, "Well,
he's in Manning."
I said, "He's at Toledo Bend," and they're like, "Yeah, I know. Where's he at?" And I'm like, "Well, he's there. Like, why didn't he come up?" And they're like, and this country, I'm talking about country with a K guy came up and he's like, "Hey, where's T-Bob?" And I said, "Oh, he's at Toledo Bend." He goes, "Yeah, I heard him the other day telling lies." I said, "What?" He said Toledo Bend's an hour and a half from here. Hell, I can get on my Vespa and be there in 45 minutes. I swear to God. Dude. I started dying laughing.
But it's
like everybody that came up there is like, I had 3 people tell me, "Tell T-Bob, Toledo Bend ain't an hour and a half from here."
Toledo Bend's a big lake, though. Toledo Bend's a big lake.
They said on the north end I could get there in 55.
I
was dying. I mean, the best accent. When he said Vespa, I lost it.
I haven't driven. I would say, well, I'm probably wrong, but I just drove it not too long ago when me and my wife went on that Mexico trip because we dropped the kids off at Toledo first, and it I don't know, man. Hour 15. Can we meet in the middle? It ain't no 55.
They were not happy. They were not happy with it.
Not unless you're gonna get pulled over, Bo. You ain't no 55. Guarantee that.
I'll hear lying on this.
It was so good when he said Vespa, though. I had tears in my eyes.
So it was a great weekend overall. Let's get in to our biggest story of the day. That is your New Orleans Saints.
It's time to get to work. Courtesy of Tiger Labor and Staffing, where they can help you take care of screening, training, payroll, and more. Now, for starters,
Tiger Labor and Staffing, your local experts when it comes to getting you the correct people for the job, and it's all different kind of jobs, like construction, your clerical work, whatever. It is a true turnkey service, y'all. They handle all the invoice paperwork, everything, okay? All you do is ask them, even same day, and you're good to go. So also, if you're looking for work, go get in touch with Tiger Labor and Staffing, your answer for all of your employment needs. New Orleans Saints back in action last night, and it was a bit of a slow start for the offense, but the ones did go out on a high note as they put together one of the more ridiculous drives you will ever see. I don't know, Jake. I think maybe the only time I've been a part of the drive this long may have actually been that infamous Tennessee drive. 16 plays, 95 yards, took 8 minutes and 17 seconds off the clock. And most importantly, because last year, if you remember with this offense, they were great between the 30s, and then they would die out in the red zone. Most importantly, found a way to make a big third down conversion and a big 4th and goal conversion to finish in the end zone and ultimately establish what was a pretty good day for the ones because that drive is stellar. I mean, that is a perfect drive. That is an erotic drive when you're talking about offensive football with some moments that I want to highlight. But what were your kind of overall thoughts of the ones on offense last night?
That drive was very needed because before then it was 3 plays. And it's like, gosh, again, it's going to be the same thing that it was just a week ago. And so it was very needed. But the things that stood out to me, you had Jamal Williams kind of find the fountain of youth on that drive.
Yeah.
And then you saw Jordan Mims come in as well. I did love the mix of play action, the mix of the run game downhill, and then you threw the ball on third down and you were efficient. Now, the yards per attempt was still I think at 5.
Yeah.
But that was a drive that the Saints needed because they had not been running the ball well. It's been some time since they've been running the ball well. And so to see them go downhill, and it was methodical, but it was very efficient.
Yeah.
And after going 3 and out your first 2 drives, after how you played last week, it at least gives you some hope that they can go take the ball 95 yards because they did it in a way that they haven't been able to do really over the last couple of years, running the football, setting up the play action, short intermediate passes, and just being efficient.
It was kind of everything that we've been wanting to see out of Kubiak, only still kind of with training wheels on. I mean, Derek Carr was adamant on his sideline interview that, like, look, this is still like the most basic stuff that we have in, but already you see the basic building blocks, which should be in every offense, that for whatever reason weren't in the Saints offense the last couple of years paying dividends. Like, I think about Jake when they're in the red zone and it's 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, and it's very simple. This is not, I don't want to like make too much of this because this is simple, but this is something the Saints did not do a lot of last year. They fake a jet sweep to Olave and they run off tackle to the weak side. Just very easy, not like anything special, but that jet sweep to Olave gets all the action going one way, and they're able to come up with a big conversion, keep the drive going. They eventually score. You mentioned the first 2 drives. Carr checking down on the first 3rd down, doesn't get it. Bad throw on the second 3rd down, doesn't get it. Last 3rd down, 5-yard completion to set up 4th and 5, and then delivered a nice strike to Bub Means under pressure to convert, and that would eventually end in the touchdown. I thought Taysom Hill really shined on this drive, and you're starting to get an idea of the role that he's going to play, Jake.
Yeah.
As he looked like, he looks like that used trick role, right? I mean, they got him out here lead blocking. They got him at tailback at times. They lined him up at receiver. And the blocking still hit or miss. Like, he had that great ISO lead. I can't remember what exactly it was, but that great one-on-one with the linebacker. But then I think it was like a couple plays later, he was on a combo block. He got too involved with his outside hand. Guy ends up shooting the gap for a TFL.
And that's probably one of those things, T, that you and I, we did it for so long in combo blocks. Like, we know, hey, if you put that extra hand in there too long, you're going to get got. But think about, this is new to him. So, like, in his mind, he was a quarterback at BYU. He was an All-American type quarterback at BYU when he was healthy. Then he comes to the NFL, and he does a lot of different things, but they weren't lead blocking.
No.
And so now, like, he's in his 30s, and this is all new to him. And I remember when I was moving to fullback from tailback, I was like, all right, crush the guy as hard as you can, and that's your responsibility, when in fact it's not, like a combo block. It's like you give him over to the other guy, you keep your hand free, and then you go to your responsibility.
Yes. You need to keep you never want to get that outside shoulder turned in like Jake's talking. You want to stay square to the line. You help the guy out with your inside, and then you're able to just kind of immediately move at it like a lateral or 3/4 an angle, whatever you need to do to get your head in front of him. But so learning process, but Taysom Hill might be the most exciting part of this offense when it's all said and done. I mean, he's the one that spurred a lot of that rushing attack. Like you said, it feels like the running attack should be much better. I thought Trevor Penning played better. I still want to go watch the film more closely. I still don't love his form, but it was more effective. He had a couple really nice run blocks. The Hill ISO especially, he had a great, strong inside hand, just boom, like we've kind of been looking for. And then the last part of that great drive that I would highlight, I love what they did coming out of the review. Again, very simple stuff, but a level of competence that maybe hasn't been there, or an attention to detail where the refs are reviewing it and the Saints are immediately ready. Coming out of the review, they're lined up the ball, they quick snap into the fullback, touchdown, right? Yeah. There's a decisiveness that that's been missing, and that's a credit to Clint Kubiak. I thought it was very well.
I did as well, and I thought that Trevor Penning was better, but I thought Lucas Patrick was much better than he was in week number 1. I think that's a veteran player, new team, and he was the guy that we're kind of talking about, like, okay, who do you turn to if these guys struggle? Just get somebody that's solid and somebody that's not going to have this high ceiling, but they're not going to just be a point where you feel like, gosh, they're a liability to us, and we can't even put them out there. Like, I thought he was solid in this game. Compared to week 1, he really struggled. Eric McCoy was awesome again. Yeah. Eric McCoy is without a doubt the best offensive lineman on this team. It's not even really close. And then, as I mentioned, Jamal Williams showing me, okay, he's still got something left in the tank. I mean, that drive, think about how many big plays he had on that drive as well. I mean, Taysom did. Bub Means, it was good to see him. I mean, a huge 4th down conversion. But overall, I think Lucas Patrick might have been the most exciting thing for me, just because he gives you an option that can solidify that left guard spot, because I thought Caesar was better. I thought Trevor was better. Still not great.
I need to go back and watch Udo and how he did. It seemed like it felt good, and that I didn't really notice him. So because, of course, Taliesin Fuanga not playing. So that's something that got to review the film on. And who's the rookie running back? Why am I blanking?
What about Jordan?
Mason Tipton?
Wait,
no.
That's a receiver.
No, that's a receiver. No,
who's Jordan?
Not rookie.
Mims?
Mims. I thought Mims ran the ball. As you're seeing why he has climbed the depth chart as well. I really want to see Alvin Kamara in this rushing attack, man. I hope the Saints and him, I don't know if it's injury, contract, whatever, hope they get it figured out so he can get back in here. All right, so that's kind of an offensive breakdown. When we get back here and off the bench, let's dive into the other side of the ball. Keep it locked right here on 104.5 ESPN.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to ColemanRoof.com. Coleman Roofing and Construction, ColemanRoof.com. You go there today, you get Louisiana's most reliable, most respected, and most complete roofing company. The website's a great resource for seeing past results from satisfied customers, right? So you can understand why I'm so high on calling them and so comfortable calling them the most reliable, most respected. Complete is obvious as well, though. Do jobs throughout the state of Louisiana. Any type of roof that you need. They have certified installers for all the major brands, any different type, any size project, commercial or residential, they got you. And they do the construction portion as well. So if like something, you get water damage in the inside of your home, tree falls in your house, they fix the inside and the roof. Coleman Roofing and Construction, ColemanRoof.com.
Yeah, it truly is a one-stop shop, and it's also residential and commercial. So no matter what it is, your home, your business, they've got you covered, and they can literally do it all. That's where the construction part comes in Coleman Roofing and Construction, ColemanRoof.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Back to school savings at Bayou Ford. $12,000 off F-150, $12,000 off the new 2024 Ford F-150, and $10,000 off Expedition. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a complimentary extended warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 988.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Sorry, just getting a chat open for the first time today. It's great to see you all. If you want to get involved in the chat, youtube.com/1045 ESPN. Adam Field says Mims was fine, but Kendre Miller would be better. I guess the reason why I mentioned Mims, though, is because he's been passing up Kendre Miller, at least in the coach's eyes, right? And so I thought that was some kind of confirmation of that, maybe. Then again, to be honest, guys, I didn't watch second half. So I don't know what happened then. Let's get to the first team defense. This is already the side of the ball where, like, remember last week, Ben Kirk said he thinks the Saints are going to be the worst team in the NFL. And we said, well, that's like patently absurd because you can't be the worst team in the NFL if you have a top 10 defense, which the Saints will have, maybe borderline top 5. I thought they looked great. Brock Purdy, even though, look, Purdy is so calm and cool and collected under pressure. He's got that thing where he knows how to push it like to the very edge, but still not really get hit. But he looked a little frazzled out there, never really able to establish a rhythm, secondary holding coverage for a long time, pressure getting to him. For me, biggest single defensive takeaway, Chase Young just looks like a freaking monster out there, dude. I mean, constantly flashing on film. He's so big, so strong. He looks so fast right now. Taylor, you said it when we were talking about it in the commercial break, but he looks as if it may be, he may be even better than what we were hoping for. He really may be. I hope that, he stays healthy and he can fulfill the massive potential he flashed last night.
I think he will. I think he understands where he's at in his career. I feel like he, had a surgery, probably feels healthy for the first time in a long time. Don't know how long he was dealing with the neck injury he had. And again, like, we have to remind ourselves, this is the number 2 overall pick in a very deep draft class that has played well at times when healthy in the NFL. When he hasn't played well, a lot of times he's been banged up. And so this is the talent of a number 2 overall pick that knows he's on a prove-it year, that feels like he's healthy and has an opportunity to cash in off what he does. He's still very young.
Yeah,
he's got
young.
plenty of time
very
left in
young.
the NFL. This isn't like a 32-year-old that's trying to get maybe one more contract. He's going to get a nice long-term deal if he keeps playing like he's playing. So, and you can feel that when you're watching him.
And 99 looks really cool on him. I would love, if he ever did sign long-term with the Saints, you'd have to think very hard about getting a Chase Young jersey. That would be one of the tighter jerseys out there. I thought the secondary was wonderful, as of course it is, right? The opening drive, Lante Taylor comes up, gets the big TFL. Then Brian Brzee with great pressure on 3rd and 12 to get off the field. So Brzee's pass rush remains very well. I don't know. I don't have. Do we have an update on Kool McKinstry?
It's supposed to be minor, is what they said. They didn't give like a specific update.
Anthony Orji played well. He's got that's now 2 games in a row that he has flashed. But overall, I hate that. I'll say this. How do we feel about, because again, with the ones, it feels all very positive.
Orji, by the way, graded out the highest Saints defender and not close.
Oh, wow. What do you have?
87.3.
Damn, that's so hard to do.
Chase
on
Young
PFF.
was 2, 79.7.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's
to give you an idea of how well he played.
It's like hard to get it. It's really hard to get into the 80s.
It is.
In the PFF
like
grade
79
system.
is super solid.
Damn. Okay, so Anthony Orji really taking advantage of the reps that he's getting here. What are the... Okay, so the ones, everything's very positive, right? They look awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Peyton Turner, how do we feel about him? He had the one moment where he had a good pass rush finally, but then he couldn't get there, right? He got there, but then he couldn't complete the play. Josh Dobbs remains a Saints killer. I don't know what it is, dude. The Saints just cannot play against Josh Dobbs. And Isaiah Foskey did nothing.
He was a guy.
Yeah.
He was just a guy out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, sure. He had one play, but the rest of it, it's like, where's he at? He was Houdini out there.
Yeah.
And that's not good when you're a first-round pick trying to prove yourself, trying to show that you have some value, because you have the luxury of being a first-round pick. So you're going to get every opportunity to go out there until your contract runs out. Okay? If Peyton Turner was anything other than a 1, he wouldn't be on this team anymore.
Mhm.
It's just the way it is. Like, you got to be available. The best ability is availability, the old saying. Okay? Well, he hasn't been. And then when he plays, there's been flashes, but not enough to secure his spot. And then you go over to, like, Isaiah Foskey. He might have been the worst defensive player on the field for the Saints last night.
Is that how do you grade out? Is that do you know?
39.4.
Oh, good.
Sorry,
God.
I apologize. He was the second lowest rated Saints defender of the entire team. First, second, third team. He is a 39.4, and he played 45 snaps. He rushed the passer,
they're trying to play him
which
a lot.
is supposed to be the thing that he was a second-round pick for, getting after the quarterback. He had 31 of his 45 reps as a pass rusher and graded out 39.4.
It's disappointing, especially too, Jake, because this is not a project pick.
No.
A la Davenport or Turner, right? Like, this is one that I could have, that if I was going by the very layman things that I say every draft, like, I would have thought this was a good pick, right? A guy who played super high level football at Notre Dame. He was very productive. You didn't draft him just because of his relative athletic score. No, like, he had really good film out there. And sometimes this happens, man. For whatever reason, none of it has translated to the NFL.
It did feel like at the time, smartest guy in the room pick, though, because I remember covering the draft in Kansas City, and when they selected him, like, everybody that was doing the show, it was kind of like, oh, there? Second round?
There you go.
I forget which edge rusher was still available, but there was one that I think's actually turned into a pretty good pro. And so, yeah, I agree with you as far as, like, ready to go, play for Notre Dame. You thought he was going to be solid, didn't know what the ceiling was, but there hasn't been a flash of him being a pro football player. Not one. And that's troublesome. Like, special teams either.
Yeah. No, I know. I don't think it's...
Like, you would think on special teams, T, like, okay, all right, he's not going to give us anything on defense, but you know what? He is going to be a core 4 type special teams guy. On punt return, he's going to be on the end. He's going to block 3 punts in his career. You hadn't seen any of that.
No, it's not. It's just not. You're getting into give up time, unfortunately, with Isaiah Foskey, because again, a lot of reps in these first preseason games, 40 plus snaps.
I mean, one of the highest
games.
Snap totals. That you had 2 players with 46, 2 corners, Wright and Peyton. He was next. Isaiah Foskey was the 3rd most snaps on this team.
What's the Pittsburgh State corner's name? Coming from Division II to the NFL. I liked watching him last night. They kept attacking him, and he was holding it down, which I always wonder about what it's like to be in that body, to be in that head where you go from playing Division II college football to now you're playing the highest level of football in the world, and you're doing well. Like Rico Payton.
Yeah, Rico Payton.
What did Rico Payton grade out at?
60.
Okay. So, okay. But had big moments, big PBU moments.
I thought the other corner, Wright, who was in there with him, he actually led the team in snaps. I think he's an Oregon State guy. I thought he played well. He was a draft pick. He was a draft pick of maybe Carolina, I think, last year. And then on the Saints team this year, I thought he played really well. Again, he led the team in snaps. 81, yep.
It's Gavin says B.J. Ojulari was the pick after Isaiah Foskey. What is B.J. Ojulari?
He tore his ACL in camp.
Okay. Did last year?
This year.
No, this year.
I think he had 4.5 or 5 sacks
he wasn't bad as a rookie.
Oh, he had 4.5 or 5. That's pretty damn good for a rookie,
Yeah.
dude. That ain't nothing, dude. Oh, that sucks for BJ, man.
He tore it super early.
40 tackles, 4 sacks as a rookie with the Cardinals.
Okay. Pretty good there. All right. So that's it. Okay. Any other before we close the door on Saints-Niners? Any other takes?
My guy Cody Schrader didn't look too great for the 49ers.
Yeah.
On the other side of things.
Yeah.
Like 7 carries, 15 yards.
And he actually had that one that was about 8-9.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a rough day at the office.
I thought that offense would really, really fit him. I know he didn't get drafted, but I mean, he had 1,600 yards in the SEC last year, and they run some outside zone there in San Francisco, as we all know. I was like, man, he's going to be a good little fit. I think both preseason games, he's probably around like 14 carries for 30 yards.
And And is that, you think that's on him?
I mean, yeah, a little bit. I mean, I know what you're saying. Probably like up front. I mean, you're in there with the bomb squad a bit, but the defensive line's pretty much their bomb squad.
True.
Yeah.
Well, no, look, it's early. It's early for sure. It's early for your guy.
I mean, look, I hate it, but when you rush for 1,600 in the SEC and don't get drafted, it's tough. That's tough.
All right. When we get back here on OTB, I've got 3. Actually, I guess we got a couple more takes that we need to get to on the Saints-Niners. And then I want to get to all these rookie quarterbacks, check in on them as they were all in action once again. Well, for the most part. Keep it locked right here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552, CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552 for over 50 years, guys. Central Plumbing has been your answer for any plumbing problems. So 50 years of experience. That means, well, first off, their customers are consistently satisfied with the entire process. Who's coming in their home, the quality of the work, the prices, everything, top to bottom. That remains as true as it has ever been. It also means you're not going to be hitting with anything that they don't know how to solve. Whether it's an old house, new house, red house, blue house, it does not matter. Central Plumbing can fix your poo house. Go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, centralplumbing.org.
You can also upgrade with them at your home or your business. So at your house, if you're trying to get a new vanity, new shower, new tiles, new whatever, they can come in, they can do that. But if you own a large business and you think the project's too big, trust me when I say it is not. They can help you out there as well. Give them a call today at 225-925-8552.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
All right, I got 3 wild thoughts that hit me during the game last night. 1, I love that little anecdote. I'd forgotten this, and it's crazy, that Spencer Rattler and Brock Purdy played each other in a Big 12 championship game. Of course, Rattler playing early on at Oklahoma, and Purdy in that one good year that Iowa State had.
Oh, yeah.
Making it to the
They were
Big
the
12
all-black
championship.
uniforms, I think.
2, when the Saints turned it over and the Niners go to celebrate with that end zone camera, it is wild to think with how that franchise feels right now that just a few years ago, the Saints were so cool that they started this team celebration thing, and it is still doing it. Like every defense does it now, and they do it every turnover. I'm not crazy here, right? Like that's like when all the LSU players started whipping and nay back in the day. Like the Saints started that.
I have no idea.
Yeah, 100%. Chat will tell me if I'm wrong.
They're the first ones I saw do it, but then again, I watched the Saints more than others.
In the 2018 year, every time they would force a turnover, the entire team would rush to the end zone camera and basically pose for group photos and everything. The Saints are the first team I remember doing that. Now every defense does it every turnover. It's just interesting because we think about the Saints being so uncool now, whereas a few years ago they had enough swag to establish what has now become a commonplace celebration. Third wild thought: Derek Carr has had 4 different OCs in 4 different years, and now in his career has had 8 coordinators in 11 years. That's not great either. Maybe he can get 2 in a row with Kubiak. Remains to be seen. And finally, this is not a wild thought, but we got to talk Spencer Rattler because that's what everybody wants to keep pushing. Spencer Rattler, a bit of a come back to earth game last night, right? He's a rookie. It's going to happen. That's what we said. You could see the potential, but it's probably a year ahead. And kind of like we talked about during the break, Jake, the Saints offense, and I don't think it's ever going to be this year. I don't think they're going to be terribly threatening from a big play standpoint. What they're going to have to be is efficient on schedule, and they got to run the ball. If they can run the ball, they'll be all right. Not going to be great. I'm not going to sit here and tell you they're going to be some explosive over-the-top offense. I don't think they will be, at least. But running the ball is going to be the key to making this offense work.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree because I think you have a better running back room than you have receiver room as far as depth. I think your offensive line struggle in pass protection more than they do the run game. I think your guards are certainly much better in the run game than they are in pass protection. And I actually think they're pretty good in the run game. We know Eric McCoy is, without question, your best offensive lineman. If you can figure out what you want to do with Taysom Hill and how he progresses as a lead blocker, that's going to be a big part of the run game. If you cannot fall into tendencies with him, I thought his utilization last night was really good. I think they figured out what they wanted to do with Taysom Hill. That's going to the drive you saw last night. That's if the Saints are successful, it's going to look a lot like that. It's not going to be a lot of 4 plays, 70 yards where you hit 3 chunk plays.
No, your biggest chunk play hope's just Rashid Shaheed beating people.
Yeah, not having him. Yeah, we've seen him for sure have that ability. So, and a guy like A.T. Perry stepping up, and he was good again last night. Wasn't as good as he was the week before, but he was still.
That rub route that he had where he just straight up just ran the dude over. Maybe a little overzealous, but he's a bit of a gamer. He's been a gamer this preseason.
Yeah, I think that was kind of his thing coming out of college too. I want to say that's why he lasted till the 5th round. Was he's kind of a gamer. You might not see it. You're not going to see it certainly at a combine type situation.
Yeah.
Well, he looks the part. Then he plays the part in most games. At Wake Forest, there was times it was him and Sam Hartman. That was the reason that Wake Forest was beating all these teams, except North Carolina when we needed them to win our parlay bet.
Damn. Never forget them. Hey, go to AgTip, Baton Rouge, AgTipBR.com, AgTipBR.com for AC, heat, and electrical needs. AgTip gives you that service to the highest degree, guys. They got thousands of reviews on Google, and they have a 4.9 rating, okay? The customer service is unlike anything you've ever had. A few months back, had people coming in town for the weekend. On Friday, the AC broke, And, I mean, I'll be damned. My guy ran all around town, got the last part in town, got it fixed, saved the weekend, and that's not anything special. That's just what they do on a day-to-day basis. Go to AgTech Baton Rouge, agtechbr.com. All right, let's get into some rookie quarterbacks, guys. Jaden Daniels continues to just pick up right where he left off in college. I think there was some fear maybe in some people's hearts that Daniels was a flash in the pan or on some kind of crazy heater and just let's wait till he gets to the NFL. Well, through 2 preseason games, he's completing 80% of his passes. He looks so calm, cool, and collected back there. He did miss on a deep ball, which was surprising because it was actually very open. The timing was just a bit off. But yeah, Daniels I thought was just absolutely fantastic. Doesn't seem like he's pushing, taking what the defense is giving him, putting together solid drives. Jaden Daniels, fantastic against the Dolphins.
I think he's been really good in the pocket as well. I watched some of the film on that Dolphins game, and he's not forcing anything. He's allowing the pocket, around him to kind of dictate what he's going to do, and he's not trying to dictate the pocket. And like he had a 13-yard run, but it was because out of necessity, and it was a good read. And he's not just taking the first little, hey, man, I could go pick up 4 yards right there in the run game. He's staying in the pocket, which you have to do in the NFL, creating an arm angle and pushing the ball down the field. I thought he was very efficient, and we've seen way more than just his Heisman year. I mean, you go back to his freshman year at Arizona State. You go back to 2 years ago at LSU. He's a damn good player 2 years ago. I mean, after the Tennessee game is when it kind of all just certainly came together. And so, it's exciting to see him because they've got enough weapons there in Washington to be a little dangerous. I'm not calling them the favorites by any means, but they've got enough weapons for him to have a successful rookie year.
All right, when we get back, let's get to Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, May, Penix, all of them. Keep it locked right here, OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Community Steel Company, communitysteelco.com, communitysteelco.com. You go to Community Steel Company today. They're right there in Gonzales, Louisiana. And whether you need metal buildings, roofing, sheet metal, trim, purlin, tubing, any accessories, it's all manufactured right there on site. You can go see it with your own eyes if you want to see the product before you buy. Like with the steel builds, you can walk through them like they're model homes. You meet the live and local sales staff, right? Actual human beings. So again, separating from these national companies where you're just a number on a spreadsheet, where it's even online order forms, where it's middlemen getting their grubby hands in there and jacking up the price on the back end. Best prices, best people, best steel. Community Steel.
Right there in Gonzales, Louisiana, already open for 45 minutes. Go see them today for any of your steel needs. But if you're in the state of Louisiana and you can't get there today, don't worry. You can call them at 225-647-2020.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air during Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, The Hunt Palmer Show, and after further review with Matt Moscone.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the one-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
All right, welcome back. Let's get back into our rookie quarterback review. Caleb Williams played the Bengals. Side note, the Bengals' white uniforms are absolute trash. That's the ugliest uniform in the NFL.
The Bengals' white uniform?
Yeah, with the pant combo that
Black
they had
pants?
last time. Black pants with those orange tiger stripes on the side. Looking like a 45-year-old mom on the hunt for some young tail. Just absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. Here's the deal with Caleb Williams. You see all the potential. You see the arm talent, the special playmaking ability.
Yeah.
He just needs to play a bit more within himself still. I mean, him and Rome Odunze had. If I was a Bears fan, I'd be excited on the whole.
Yeah.
If I was a Bears fan, I'd be very happy. I'd be excited on the whole. Him and Rome look like they're going to form a great connection. But it is 50% completion through 2 games. And again, it's like you watch Jaden and he's so cool. He's on time. It's get the ball out of your hand. Same thing with like Bo Nix. Caleb Williams still trying to make every play into a big play. And he's way more evasive than I thought he would be. But that will get you burned eventually.
It will. And if you just watch the highlights, you're like, oh, man, it's awesome. He does have awesome in him. There's no doubt about it. I mean, on the left, throwing across your body 60 yards in the air. Okay,
Yeah.
That's why he was an elite talent. That's why he was number 1 high school recruit, all those things. But you have to be efficient. You have to stay on schedule in the NFL. Like big plays like that, when you've only completed 45% of your passes, they'll make the highlights, but they won't turn into victory. So It is there. Like you can see it. Now, the challenge is, can you truly refine yourself to take away some of that, still keep some of it, and become the best version of yourself? Because so far, it's been a little bit probably too much of the, hey, let me go try to make the exciting play. Where in the NFL, it's all about staying on schedule.
Taylor, I'm sure you want to have a Caleb Williams take.
No, I mean, this is what we saw at USC. And again, if he plays within himself, like we've seen Bo Nix do, like we've seen Jaden Daniels do, then he'll be fine. But we talked about it during break, and, everyone wants to make the Patrick Mahomes comparison. That is the elite of the elite during that play style. There's a lot of guys that you mentioned just a second ago have been burned playing in that play style.
Yeah.
He's got to step up in the pocket, not bail too early. He did that a little bit at USC last year, and
for sure.
it caused them some turnovers. Can he adjust to that in the NFL? I mean, he's looked flashes. I'm kind of seeing the same thing I saw at USC.
I mean,
I
I still think it's easier to dial it back than to crank it up. So I think that's a positive overall. Whereas like with Bo Nix, I got to put respect on his name. Bo Nix had 2 highly efficient games. Now it's a lot of high percentage, short, quick hitters, a la what he did at Oregon, but he executes them at a very high level. His athleticism is translated very well. Is this unfair to say he has almost like an Alex Smith sort of feel?
No, I mean, actually, it's a pretty good comp because Alex Smith could run. I mean, before he had the devastating leg injury, he had some dual threatness to him.
Yes.
It wasn't certainly the lead thing that people were drafting him number one overall, but like he had that ability to be athletic enough to make some runs, get around in the pocket, quick hitters. Now, I actually think it's a pretty good comp, and if Bo Nix ends up having that type of a career, then it's a justified first-round pick.
I think for Nix, the thing I want to see, it's kind of like the opposite of Caleb Williams, is how threatening can you feel? If it is a 2-minute situation or we need chunk yardage.
That's true.
How, can you turn it up? Either way, though, if I was a Broncos fan, I would feel like I have reached the promised land. I know there's going to be growing pains, but my God, it's so much better than what you were dealing with Russell Wilson.
Your quarterback was going to be Jarrett Stidham coming into this year.
Like, have y'all seen Stidham in the first 2 games?
Yeah, it hasn't looked great. He was horrible in the first one. He was bad in the second one. Zach Wilson's your other option. So, yeah, I think they feel really good in Denver right now.
Michael Penix Jr., the Falcons just didn't play him. Said that they saw enough in preseason game 1, which is crazy to me because you have the one rookie quarterback that you don't actually have to keep healthy technically. Like you're the only team that could just throw him out there for a ton of plays if you wanted. And then Drake May remained kind of meh. I mean, I know actually, look, most people had a very positive reaction to his performance, and sure, he played well, but everything about the Patriots just feels a little bland. Also, he did have a nice zone run touchdown, but side note on there, Patriots uniforms, not cool when they're not good. Some uniforms still look good. Their uniforms look boring as hell if they're not good. So they better hope
they feel like just the most white bread team in the NFL now, which is nuts because like they were the standard. They were the standard of the NFL for 2 decades.
Yeah.
And now it's like, ugh. Yeah.
So, look, there it is. A little around the NFL action for you guys. I still got more preseason takes as LSU is shining throughout the preseason. But now let's get to Saturday's scrimmage. Brian Kelly gave press conference. Taylor has some practice notes for you. Keep it locked. Hour 2 coming up here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to K to Z window coverings, KTOZblinds.com. KTOZblinds.com. You go to K2Z today and have them out to your home and have them look at exactly how the sunlight interacts with your home at every single portion of the day and offer you a plethora of options to juice things up both aesthetically and functionally. Let's say you got like a grill outside, maybe a little outdoor kitchen area, outdoor TV or something. Why don't you look into some exterior drop-down shades? Super easy, super cool, super slick. Keeps the inside and outside cooler and cuts out that glare. KTZ window coverings, KTOZblinds.com.
Yep. It is something that I fully endorse. I had no idea that it was going to cool the interior of my home, but that's exactly what it's done this summer. Just think what it can do for you in the exterior of your home. No longer have to worry about your outdoor parties to watch the game when you have that drop-down shade from KTZblinds.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has back-to-school savings like $16,000 off 25 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $16,000 off. All new Bayou vehicles come with a complimentary extended warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered gold. Brack, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Monday, August 19th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 96. In hour 2 of today's show, we'll react to LSU Scrimmage that they had on Saturday, our likes, our dislikes, and we'll hear from Brian Kelly as well. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now. Let me go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's good, y'all? Hope everybody's having a great Monday, August 19th, 2024. August 19th, a date that means a lot to me. It is both my father's and my oldest sister's birthdays. So happy birthday.
Shout out Cannon.
To the Cannon, and
Ryan.
happy birthday to Base, my oldest sister, Base of the family. That's hence the nickname.
Y'all call her Base?
My dad always calls her Base. He's
Really?
the only one. Yeah, but
That's
shout
so
out.
cute.
Yeah.
Shout out to both of them. I hope you both have wonderful birthdays. I love you both very, very much.
What does the Cajun Cannon do to celebrate a birthday?
Probably not much.
What's his go-to birthday cake?
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. He's not really I mean,
you were telling me the Cannon's abs are looking pretty good.
He has abs.
So I don't know. I don't think
we
he's
can't
gonna have
trust
sweets.
him anymore?
You know,
you can never
Ooh.
trust him. Come on.
Fair.
I mean, what are we talking about? It's QB1.
Yeah.
fair.
No, it's he's never been like he's never growing up. There was never like a like we went out to eat and he wants this dessert. There's never been any one thing that's really stood out in that regard. I think for this birthday, he'd probably just want some single malt scotch and just a delicious savory meal.
Listen to Led Zeppelin.
Yeah. Bob Marley, Bob Zeppelin, probably the top 2. Pink Floyd right in the mix as well.
Pink Floyd, yeah, that's one I missed.
For sure.
Is Cannon a deadhead or no?
No. He was massive. Those 3, Marley, Floyd, Zeppelin, back in the day. He talks about some of the funniest stories are him talking about bringing Bob Marley to Natchitoches, Louisiana in the late 70s, early 80s, and lying to girls and telling them like, oh, that's my friend. Or that makes music or something along those lines. Also has a legendary story about seeing Marley. I think it was an old New Orleans bar called The Warehouse. And there's a famous concert in the 70s that the cops end up breaking up. It was packed to the brim. They people hanging from the rafters. Everybody's smoking weed. But to get into the warehouse, this feels apocryphal, but it's not. To get into the warehouse, you could pay cover, or you could bring a swatch of carpet, a big piece of carpet. And they would that's how they replaced the floor. They would just consistently be rotating in different pieces of carpet that they would stack and then I guess throw away when it got dirty enough.
Love that.
Yeah.
Most are like, oh, you bring a canned good. We donated to this. Nah, just bring a chunk of carpet.
No, just bring some carpet for the ground.
I love a hole in the wall.
Yeah, fantastic. So
My favorite.
I hope both my sister and my father have wonderful birthdays for sure. All right, now it's time to get into a little LSU football. Taylor, I'll kind of weave in and out of your takes with the Brian Kelly sound here. Give me your biggest takeaway from being boots on the ground. Hey guys, Taylor had some pretty takes last year that at the time I kind of made fun of, but ended up being true. So we're going to trust him a little bit here, as much as we can. A little bit. What'd you think about Saturday? What's your main thing that stood out?
I thought Nuss had the best day he's had since I was out there.
Okay.
The first 11-on-11 period, we were talking about it. They have a clip of it. It looks like an interception. It was not. He was about 1.5 yards out of bounds. It was a throwaway by Nuss, and then there was a drop by Chris Hilton. Other than that, Nussmeier did not have an incompletion. So an intentional throwaway and a drop pass on a drag route. He looked really good. Then in goal line situation, they are going to use the tight ends a lot. I mean, Nussmeier rolled out. He hit Pimpton in the back of the end zone. We talked about the jump ball that Collins threw to Trey'Dez Green. You're going to have 2, maybe even 3 tight ends on the field at the same time. Kelly actually said it in his press conference. I mean, that might be the most talented group on the entire team. They are awesome.
We'll get to the tight end answer, but yes, Jake, he does talk about 13 personnel. So be on the lookout for that.
How have you not made a Pimpton ain't easy something?
I'm waiting for him to earn it.
Okay.
You know, I got to see it on Saturday.
All right.
But don't worry. There's plenty of Pimpton puns.
That's what I'm saying.
Right around the corner.
Okay.
You get really alliterative with that, I would say, probably as well. All right.
13 personnel and with this team is very intriguing because you can be so creative.
Yes.
Because I think Pimpton and I think Green can really – they're not receivers, but they can play so close to being a receiver that you roll 13 personnel out there in the defense early in the season before they adjust to it. Well, they run maybe a base personnel out there, and then you look up and you could have Green out wide. You could have Pimpton in the slot and Mason Taylor still as a wide tight end.
Give me a little tight end bunch.
You know what I'm saying? So like you
Put them
do
all
that.
Together.
You've got a Z, you've got an F, and you've got a Y, even though it's all 3 tight ends.
Now, before we get to the tight end answer, though, okay, so here was the deal. DJ Chester's out. There's a stomach bug going through the team. Shout out Emory Jones and the Weeks brothers. They were both referencing, like Kelly was like, I don't know how they're practicing today. They're very sick. They're being disinfected. They're trying to beat it. But DJ Chester is out. Garrett Dellinger slides over to center. Tyree Adams at guard. So it creates a bit of a different dynamic. And it's a lengthy answer. But listen to Brian Kelly talk about kind of operating during the game and how the growth that you see out of the players, but also out of the coaches. And listen with this in mind, because to me, Jake, it sounds like he's kind of talking to his young offensive coordinators in Joe Sloan and Cortez Hankton maybe a bit here. Here is this is part of Brian Kelly's opening statement.
It's also how you build your football team's depth. You know, you need to have – those sandpaper moments, if you will, for the offense as they kind of, come into their own and build the depth. We know about Emory. We know, what he's going to be able to do. We wanted to see Deli at the center position and gives us more depth and versatility at that position. So we moved some guys around on the offensive line today. If you're looking at it as a fan, you probably said, wow, that didn't look very good today. But if you're looking at it as a coach, you're able to coach off it, teach off it, and help those younger guys prepare and get better. So, and look, as I told our football team, it's a great coaching experience as well for our staff and my staff on the offensive side of the ball. If we ever get into these kinds of situations, you have to play a game knowing that you may have a potential mismatch, and then you have to adjust accordingly. If we have a freshman tackle out there going against an all-SEC performer, we got to help his ass. We got to be able to do something. We can't just call plays as if that doesn't exist. That exists. If we have a potential situation where, we may have a problem blocking a particular guy, we have to have answers for that. If we have a situation where we're having some problems picking up protections, we have to be able to look at it from the sideline and maybe call it from the sideline. So, there's teaching going on all the time, and it's not just, one-sided. There's a lot going on there, and a lot of people are learning on a day-to-day basis, and from my perspective, those are all good times for me relative to, getting where we need to get to, and that is being prepared for USC when we kick it off.
Look, you could see him getting a little fired up, right?
Yeah.
We got to help his ass. Like, what are we doing? That felt a bit like, to me, as much as the players out there learning what it's like to maybe be mismatched, because they had like Weston Davis going against like Braden Swinson and stuff. Also basically saying, hey, Coach Sloan, look, you're still a young coordinator. Kelly's been, running an offense for 6 decades. And that's maybe a little too much. And
wow, you put some years on that.
And basically said, look, man, you got to be cognizant of that fact. You can't just call the offense you want to call. You have to call the offense that the situation allows you to.
Yeah, you absolutely do. And it's, if you're down a receiver and you've got play calls in for your top guy and he goes down and everybody shifts, one spot up, you have to know that play call that you've normally called for the number 2, well, now that's the number 3. The number 3 might not have the same skill set as the number 2. Yeah, I mean, it's not just the offensive line. It's really at every single position. So that's a part of what you have to do, like in the SEC, because things are going to happen. Somebody will go down at some point, and you have to adjust to it until that player shows you that they've caught up enough.
And speaking of going down and somebody stepping up, it looks like we know potentially who at least they're positioning as next man up at the offensive line here at the beginning, and it's Tyree Adams. And I think this will be at guard or at tackle, right? Because Dellinger's the one that can slide over to center if you need, and that's who moved in. Tyree Adams, of course, 6'7", 313, redshirted last year. He's from St. Aug, big-time 4-star recruit out of high school. Here's what Coach Kelly had to say on Tyree.
I thought he did some good things. We're bouncing him around. He's playing, tackle and guard, and so, I think, we like his athleticism. We like him right now in a, I think, a developmental role where, I think he's probably the next guy. He's still got a ways to go for consistency, but he's going to flash. We just got to get that to be more consistent.
So I love hearing that he's going to flash, right? So obviously he's had some really big moments. Just needs to, which of course he's a redshirt freshman, but just needs to maybe try to make it more often than not. I thought Kelly, again, to keep in with like the kind of football manager sort of feel that he had in his press conference Saturday. I really enjoy this answer on Garrett Nussmeier. This can be Kelly 5 here, Alondra.
Yeah, I thought he did some pretty good things. I mean, there were a couple things in pressures that, he thinks he's got 52 timeouts. He takes timeouts when he wants to take a timeout. I think he's got to work through a couple of things out there where, decision-making relative to some pressure looks that I want him to get better at. But I thought his process was really good today. He stayed within himself. He looked under control in the situations that we created for him today. And I think when he does that and his drop is in rhythm, he's really good. So I thought we saw a good version of him. I think there's a better version of him out there.
So there you go. Kelly continuing to hold Nuss to a high standard because he knows how good he can be. I just like hearing about, because Garrett Nussmeier, we know he has all the flash and the mentality to be courageous and take chances. So I like hearing kind of rooting him in process and rhythm and then letting the flash kind of happen around the edges a bit.
Yeah, you still have to push a Garrett Nussmeier to do all the little things because, it's something he still hasn't had to do. He's played a lot. He's been here a long time, and he's your guy. But you still have to make sure the little nuances, like he thinks he has 52 timeouts. You have to make sure that he knows you don't have 52 timeouts, and the clock management and the play clock and getting everybody lined up because, again, yes, he's been here a long time, played a lot. We're expecting a lot, but this will be the first time that it's his team, and he's going to be in all those situations. And so for this coaching staff, they have to make sure that they stay on top of him and don't just assume and hand wave it that he's got it because he's been here so long.
Look at last one here before we go to break. This is an answer on Jacoby and Guillory, and it's about as frank of an answer as you will find. And I think it really speaks to, along with an ever-growing mountain of evidence. Like, Jake, you mentioned how good Omar Speights was in the preseason, right? We get these pieces of evidence that, like, how these guys were coached the last couple of years just was doing nobody any favors. Here's what Kelly had to say about Jacoby and Guillory's growth.
Well, he wasn't a very good football player when we got here. He was, technically, I would say out of control. He did not play with the kind of discipline necessary to play the position at a high level. And consequently, he didn't play a whole lot of football. I think his maturity and I think his understanding that he needed to be very good at his technique and leverage. And I think last year he figured that out. And because he's so strong and explosive and can play with great leverage, he's now taken those strengths of his and put himself in a position to be an outstanding football player and can play at the next level because of it. So with great strength and lower body strength and great technique, he's now put himself in a position to be a guy that we count on. I think at the same time, there's been parallel tracks with him off the field in that we just talked about him being a graduate. I think his emotional maturity has allowed a lot of this to happen as well. When I first got here, he was not in control of his emotions. There would be times where he just would go off the deep end in terms of not being able to control himself. And he has handled himself very well emotionally. And because of that, I think we've seen this player ascend the way he has.
So it seems like Guillory, the process paying dividends in more ways than one. Pretty interesting to just hear him be like, frankly, just wasn't a good football player when we got here. And that was both physically, technique-wise, and obviously in the emotional spectrum. A lot of growth taking place in both. And here's to hoping this can become that kind of breakout year for him.
He could be the most important player you have outside of your quarterback.
Yeah.
Like he truly could. I know that sounds crazy coming at a defensive tackle position, but when you look at this team, when you look at where they're deficient as far as depth, when you look just in the totality of the roster, he might be the second most important player to stay healthy on this football team because he is going to have to be impactful. If LSU wants to do anything they want to do, it's going to be because Guillory in the middle of your defense is somebody that plays 90% of the snaps.
All right, when we get back here on Off the Bench, we got our guy Hunt Palmer with some exciting news. But a brand new initiative here, guys. LouisianaSports.net, your home for guess what? All things Louisiana sports, okay? Duh. Come check it out. We'll talk to Hunt about it next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com is the website. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge is the place. It's off of Airline and Goodwood. It's very conveniently located. If you go to the website, you can see some of the national sales events we got going on right now for this kind of end of summer, beginning of football season. Some great deals in your Tacomas, Tundras, all of it. But look, I'd say just go in and see the excellent sales staff at All-Star. See what they can offer you, what they got on the lot. You can always custom order either there or online with All-Star Toyota Express. Go to All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
Yeah, when you go to the website, remember, buying new, leasing, and renting, everything is available in all three processes. So if you've got a trip to watch the Tigers play this fall and you want to rent a vehicle, everything is available. Van, full-size, mid-size SUV, truck, sedan, hybrid, you name it, it's available. Rent that Toyota today. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Back to school savings at Bayou Ford. $12,000 off F-150, $12,000 off a new 2024 Ford F-150, and $10,000 off Expedition. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a complimentary extended warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
The best.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Shout out my guys, Big Fave, Brandon Taylor, BT. Catch him on LSU pregame, postgame with our guy, Hunt Palmer, who coincidentally is also here in studio. Hunt, what's going on, man? How are we doing today? Doing well?
We're good. Had a little beach weekend, so we're trying to kind of ease back into things, but there's not a lot of easing this time of year. We got a lot going on.
Not a lot of easing, but a ton of edging as we're right here. Football season about to get underway.
Yeah.
Cannot wait.
Knew that was coming as soon as you said it.
Edging and the internet go hand in hand, Hunt.
You're not talking about your grass?
No.
Oh,
no.
okay, weird.
And you're more
Weird.
on the internet than ever, as we have a very exciting initiative going down here at Guarantee. LouisianaSports.net, man. Okay, so for those that don't know, what is the concept? Why did we do it? What is LouisianaSports.net?
So we started 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge like 14 years ago or so. It was 2 hours a day. Matt, after further review, that was it. Obviously, Matt grew to 3 hours. Now we've got 10 hours of radio content on every single day here, live and local. And we've ventured into the video portion of it with the YouTube and everything that goes into that with this awesome studio. This is our print venture for 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, LouisianaSports.net. All Louisiana sports. Right now we're heavy on LSU, the Saints. We've got some Pelicans as well. And then SEC news. I'm handling the LSU portion of things. Ross Jackson's handling the Saints portion of things.
Hell yeah.
Chris Marler is all over the SEC. So if you go to the website, 1, it's all LSU, Saints, and SEC. 2, it is 100% free. There's no paywall. You just lock it in and make it happen. Like there are feature stories, there are newsers, there are columns, there are opinion pieces. I know y'all in the last segment were talking about the most important player, indispensable player on LSU's roster. Maybe it's Jacoby and Guillory. Just a little tease. Might be some content coming out here in the next hour and a half about who's the most indispensable player. And we've surveyed the entire station and kind of got some opinions. So quick hitters, features, columns, all LSU sports, all and Saints. It's all free.
So again, guys, it's going to be a great resource. There it is right there. Looks great. I mean, website design is so tough. And look at that. That is clean, easy to read. I'm not being just assaulted by a ridiculous computer breaking amount of advertisements. Really fantastic work from the entire team putting this together, guys. Hunt, does this feel a bit like a return to your roots here?
It is. I mean,
dusting off the old keyboard.
I was a print major in journalism at LSU and started writing at Bayou Bengals Insider right out of school, but have kind of hung that up for the last 12 years. We started getting into the site design and uploading content, and I was like, I did this, but it was 13 years ago that I was doing this. So we're diving back into that, but yeah, it does. And last night, the Saints are playing a preseason game. Ross Jackson had a piece filed every time there was some sort of big injury or breaking news. We had a halftime story up. The Gamer went up last night. This morning, Ross put up a piece that talks about the guys that are fighting for a roster spot that he saw it stood out. So a lot of content to be had on all fronts, and we're easing into things, but it's really exciting.
So, guys, if you're listening, it's a great. I really love. I know we kind of bandied about names for a long time. I think you nailed it with LouisianaSports.net. Very easy to remember, guys. LouisianaSports.net. Go ahead and bookmark it. And then it becomes one of those deals. Like getting ready for this show, I have about 3 or 4 sites that I go to every single day to kind of start the document journey. LouisianaSports.net 100% is now entering that rotation. And the best part about it is with the websites I visit, I have, some that are.
I don't want to know about the websites you visit.
Well, hey now, look, I'm talking about the non-incognito ones.
Oh, okay.
It's like this one may just be Saints. This one may just be LSU.
Right.
This one may just be recruiting or whatever, which we got recruiting news coming up in the show, guys. But that's the great part about LouisianaSports.net. It's everything. It's going to be everything. Marler does a great job with the SEC coverage as well. I cannot wait to be a part of this and watch it grow.
What's the future look like, though, for this site? Because I know this is not the only plan. There's going to be even more coverage.
No, growth is coming for sure. Right now, we talk about play the hits. We want to talk about the most important topics. Right now, LSU, Saints, SEC, that's what we want to hear. That's what we talk about on the station. That's what's there. But we very much anticipate having a Pelicans writer. We very much anticipate bringing in some prep coverage as that becomes available. We very much want to get into Louisiana Lafayette, Louisiana Tech, Tulane stuff there as well. So there's a lot of opportunity. There you go. There's a lot of opportunity for growth. We're starting with the hits, as they say, but we're excited to keep moving forward. If you look at the site right now, there are practice reports up from all of camp. There are commitment stories from recruiting. Analysis. I've got a piece on the front page, a series I'm doing called In-Depth Chart, where we're going deep into LSU's depth chart at every single position. If you go to the site right now, defensive end and defensive tackle up. There are more coming today and throughout the rest of the week. So there's a lot of content up on the site. Would highly suggest folks just head on over there and check it out.
Hell yeah, man! So go check it out, LouisianaSports.net, and of course. But you're still doing the radio show.
I will still do the radio show.
Okay,
Nothing
good.
changes from that perspective. It's just an additional deal. I have been doing sales here for 2 years. I'm not going to make a single cold call today. Those days are done.
Let's go, boys.
Those days are
Support
done. We're writing sports stuff.
Let's go, dude. BBI.
Although, I mean, I appreciate the sales that you got us.
Yeah,
Thank you,
for sure.
Sales has a really important job, and I love those guys. I don't miss cold calls.
This is interesting. So Chad's kind of asking, are there any avenues to people who would maybe want a chance to freelance or try their hand at writing or pitch you guys on maybe becoming a part of the team?
Hunt.palmer@guaranteemedia.com. It's right there on my Twitter profile. It's linked right there. You want to send me an email? Fire away. Let's do it.
Yeah. So, look, it's going to be great, guys. LouisianaSports.net. Bookmark it. Lock it in. It looks so good. The work is quality, and it's all from, it's like Hunt. How Hunt cut his teeth was right in LSU back in the day. Ross Jackson, we all know about it. We've had him on the show plenty of times. His Saints coverage is as good as anyone else out there. So, again, that is LouisianaSports.net. Anything we left out, Hunt?
I think we pretty much covered it. Just there's be site live all day. Should be refreshing here every hour or so, and we're excited to get things moving.
Hell yeah, man. What are you most looking forward to? Or actually, let me just do this because we haven't gotten to talk too much like one-on-one. How are you feeling about USC? Where are we at? Because I find myself, I'm changing. I'm entering that.
Oh, you're flip-flopping like a politician.
Yeah. I cannot stay consistent.
I'm a little on edge. I'm a little on edge.
We all should be. You hadn't won an opener since 2019.
That is just it takes the air out of the balloon so fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are filling this balloon up all of July and August.
Yep.
And you lose that first game, and it just pops. I can't deal with that again.
No.
They have to go out there and win a game. I'm a little concerned as well. I was thinking about this weekend. The fans going out there, 4 hours of sleep after blackjack, then you're going to the pool before the game. It's going to be a disaster in there.
Yeah, but
people need to button things up a little bit. But I don't have any confidence that's going to happen.
Something tells me, there'll be a lot of oxygen pumping in that stadium, like the rest of Vegas, and there will be a lot of stuff pumping through people's veins. So I wouldn't
Look,
worry
Vegas
too
got
much.
the best of me once. I went on a family vacation and I had some college friends there at the same time, so I was trying to do the family stuff and do the college kids stuff and then go play golf at 7 a.m. And the second day I only made it through 8 holes. Said, Dad, I got to sit 2 games. And that was when I was 23. So they're just things are happening quick.
All right, so since we're going to be in Vegas, where obviously you're going to have a lot of wagers going on, so we're doing OTB Monday morning after the game, after the late game, after he does whiskey and wine, after the late game, and our start time is going to be 5 a.m.
That's correct,
Vegas
5 a.m.
time. Oh, if we were setting a line on T-Bob being on the show at the time he's supposed to be, what would the line be?
It's not
plus odds.
It's not good.
Minus 10,000.
I think
that's
he'll be
not
there
the odds.
just still drunk.
The odds are the odds are will I fall asleep mid-show?
Is it one of those deals where
Mentally,
you just
he
have to
won't be
stay
there.
awake until the show starts?
Yeah,
I had to
probably.
do that. So you played in the game, the Georgia Tech Peach Bowl.
Yeah,
I had a 5:40 flight out of Atlanta, and so we just stayed up.
Stayed up the whole time.
It was so I got back to the hotel, and they were replaying the game on ESPN at 2 a.m. And so I just rewatched it, kept a couple cold pops going, and just got on the.
It was good. It was a good game to rewatch.
It was.
Beat the hell up out of GT.
Yep.
I'll never forget that game because it was such an ass beating that the biggest crowd pop of the night was when a Georgia Tech student created a paper airplane that flew about 50 to 70 yards off the upper deck.
Engineering.
Yeah, exactly. No,
Right.
it's literal. That's what
Right.
everybody was saying. It's yeah, of course. They're engineering students. He made the perfect paper airplane. It flew across the entire stadium. All right, Hunt, thank you so much, man.
Thanks, guys.
LouisianaSports.net. And, of course, listen, Hunt, every afternoon after us, man. All right, more OTB. When we get back, a couple more Brian Kelly answers and some massive recruiting news, which you'd also go read about LouisianaSports.net if you want to. Keep it locked. Off the bench.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Get Gordon and get it done. 225-888-8888. Gordon McKernan, Injury Attorneys, is your ally. When you get in an accident, you need somebody to stand up to the big insurance companies, get you what you and your family deserve. You go to the website, you can see all the cases that they handle. Remember the billboard competition going on right now. Go to getgordon.com/billboard to put your ideas in there and potentially win and see your work all throughout the state. Also follow him on social media at GetGordon for great content with your favorite members of the G Team.
You go to the website, getgordon.com. You can see what they can do for you in the courtroom. You can ask a question. You can get a consultation set up. You can see past client results all on the website. T-Bob gave it to you. At GetGordon is going to be the handle on all major social media to see what they're doing in the community with your favorite athlete. in Louisiana. And also remember, it's throughout the state of Louisiana. So if you're listening to us in the state, we are talking to you. If you need to call them, put your area code before 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild.
And the tight ends and 13 personnel. Here's what BK had to say about what has, for his career, been one of his favorite position groups.
Oh, without question. I think you'll see 12. I think you'll see 13. I think just watching the scrimmage passively, you can't help but notice 88 and 14. We know about Mason, but it is 14, right? Tradez? Yeah. 88 and 14. I want to make sure I get his number right at least. But those two guys in particular, really show. They're young. Tradez was standing around the pile and got rolled up. You can't be standing around. You got to be, on body. But they're learning, but they are so talented. And I think Pimpton has really kind of taken that next step where, he's sticking his nose in there aggressively, run blocking, catching the ball. And I see Tradez, making progress as well. So I'm excited about, who wouldn't be excited about those two guys? They are unique individuals in terms of what they can do in the passing game, and they're really coming along in the run game.
Coach, a lot of fans are going to have to
Here's
make a choice
something-
between donating to TAP.
Oh, actually, the TAP answer I kind of want to get to maybe in a little bit as well.
Okay, I can find
But we'll do it
'Cause
later.
I didn't think you'd want it.
No, we can do it later.
Okay.
I'm not 100%. I think it's somewhat, whatever, it doesn't
That's fine.
matter.
I can get it.
Tight ends. So, Jake, when Mac Markway decides to transfer with such odd timing, right? you're kind of like, well, man, why is that, right? And one of the plausible explanations would be that, well, the other guys are arguably passing him up. Maybe he's not getting the reps that he wanted. I didn't think at the time that sounded very realistic, because I thought about how good Markway looked in the bowl game last year and like kind of the role that he would play as more of the blocking guy.
Right.
And to be, to keep everything 100, like this is an answer that would serve LSU well. Like let's say, like there is a world out there where Kelly could be exaggerating to make you feel better about that position because Markway left. But sometimes the simplest explanation is the best. And yeah, maybe it's finally clicking for Kamorian Pimpton, right? I mean, he mentions him blocking as well as being a receiving threat. We all know Mason Taylor's competent at both. We know Trey'Dez Green's a athletic freak. He had the highlight of the day Saturday with a leaping grab in the back of the end zone from Ricky Collins. So, and given with how honest the rest of his press conference was, I'm going to kind of believe him that, maybe Markway, or he didn't say this, but I'm saying this, maybe Markway left because the other two guys are starting to get the reps.
Yeah, we talked about that whenever it happened. Like, that could be the case. Now, we had to see more from the other two tight ends.
Yeah.
With our own eyes to believe that. We didn't get a chance to see it the early days of training camp, but when you look at their skill set, when you look at kind of what they want to get done on offense, it does make a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense that those two guys, as I said, because they can be versatile, because they're great receiving options, that you can really be creative with 13 personnel that's not really 13 personnel. But it can be if they've improved in their blocking. And a lot of the highlights that we're seeing, I mean, it's with both of those tight ends going up and high-pointing the football, running good routes. That could be a real weapon for LSU if they can figure it out. And we talked about it. The tight end position is going to be huge. Like, if you want to make up the chunk yards that you're not going to have in this offense, through Jaden Daniels' legs, and some of it's going to come from the run game, but also those nice intermediate routes to the tight ends were going to be huge. And we saw how Garrett Nussbaum used the tight ends in the bowl game against Wisconsin, and you're talking about two of the more athletic tight ends in the conference.
And it's a position, again, that Kelly has always put into the NFL consistently, knows how to develop them. And I love hearing this about Pimpton especially, because Pimpton's a guy who felt like he had some momentum last offseason, and then it kind of fell off to the point where people were kind of out on Pimpton completely. Yeah. Which, granted, we're way too reactive in this business anyway. People develop at different rates. He's a young player. But it seems like just reading the general room and momentum and comments that over the past week something has clicked. And that Kamorian Pimpton's starting to fulfill some of the promise and potential that his natural size and athletic ability has. For him, I think, though, to be his best self for this team, it does come down to blocking. We know the receiving portion probably comes down more natural to him, and what you lose in Mac Markway is more on the blocking side of the equation. So here's to hoping that, if nothing else, I'm not saying it's going to be mistake-free, but like what I love seeing out of tight end is, are you willing to put your head in there? Are you willing to? That's like, you know who one guy I always appreciated? He ended up leaving, and actually West Virginia is going to rely on him this year, is Cole Taylor, because he was way too skinny and way too young to be in there. But he put his head in there. He get blown up a lot. Yeah. But like he wasn't scared to do the job, and we'll see if Pimpton is.
God, that name seems like it was from 10 years ago, but it
Cole
was
Taylor?
only just a couple years ago. That touchdown he had against Mississippi State on the road was huge. You're right. Like, being a willing blocker, it's what we're talking about going back to like Taysom Hill. Like, being willing to do it and sacrificing your body to do it, like, that is more than half the battle. Like, just trying to do what they're doing, and I'm not saying just get in the way, but that's kind of what it turns into. Like, you have to fully buy into being that guy. And look, there's a reason why you're at a place like LSU. Like, that will come, the technique will come, but just being willing is 60% of the battle. And so if they have, in fact, done that, it's going to be more Pimpton than it is going to be Green inline blocking.
Yes,
Pimpton has the size.
And he's older. He should know more of the playbook. Green's probably still more vertical.
Yeah, there should be enough there where it's not a liability in the run game or even in pass protection.
All right, when we get back, some massive recruiting news. Another big win on the recruiting trail for your LSU Tigers. Hour 3, we got weekend winners kicking off. We got our guy Ho DeMayo coming on after that. Keep it locked here on OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
go to Trash Rangers. TrashRangersLLC.com is the website, and they are the experts for all of your trash removal needs. If you are a business anywhere in the listening area and you need your front load dumpster emptied 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6 days a week, well, Trash Rangers, they understand the flexible needs of a business because they are one themselves, and they got you, man. You need front load dumpsters for a big project. This could be personal or business. Look, again, they got any size roll-off dumpster that you could need. If it's just residential trash pickup, well, if you live in Livingston or Ascension, make the switch today. They're efficient, they're reliable, they're the best, they're local. TrashRangersLLC.com.
Yeah, go to the website and you'll see what we're talking about. And don't forget about the roll-off dumpsters. If you've got a project at your home or business, they have multiple sizes, 3 sizes to choose from to fit your job, your project. Go to the website to find more information, TrashRangersLLC.com.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air during Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, The Hunt Palmer Show, and after further review with Matt Moscone.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has back-to-school savings like $16,000 off 25 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $16,000 off. All new Bayou vehicles come with a complimentary extended warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com. Oh, by the way, we do shutters too.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscone. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo! What's happening, y'all? It's one of the Cannon's favorites here. More favorite, I think, was The Machine by Floyd, because he said that was the 1977 South Lafourche state champion Tarpons offensive theme because they didn't throw the ball. All they did was run, and they were just like a well-oiled machine. They were just going to kill you 4 yards at a time, just slowly, methodically, getting it done. My mom's calling me. Sorry, Moms, I'm on air. But I love you.
I mean, it's early for her.
Yeah.
6:49.
It is.
Teresa, you got to know that radio schedule, too. What are we doing?
Yeah, it's early, I don't know. Probably still a little bleary-eyed.
See, I would be concerned if my mom was calling me at 6.
If my mom's calling me during the show, I would be.
Maybe I would be concerned if it wasn't my sister and father's birthday.
Yeah, true. If she calls again, you got to answer.
Yeah, that's fine. Big win on the recruiting trail for your LSU Tigers as they flip a player at a position of need from a school that is tough to compete with right now. LSU flips 4-star cornerback Cade Phillips from Texas. Cade Phillips, when he announced this flip, he put a picture of Corey Raymond on the announcement. And look, we will talk about Corey Raymond because that's what this all comes back to. As far as Phillip goes, he's the 7th-ranked corner from On 3. He's a top 100 prospect. He had just committed to Texas 43 days ago, Jake.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So this was not like one of those commits forever ago and then kind of slowly but surely LSU wins him over. No, like bang, bang sort of deal here. According to the experts, this is expected to stick. The Texans has kind of already had their chance to counter, and they didn't. And so he's basically made the decision for over a week now. As far as Phillip goes, a bit of a physical gym here. 6'1", 185. He's got a 6'8.5" wingspan, though. And how about this, Jake? Y'all know track speeds better than I do. A 21.50 200 and a 49.74 400. So he can fly. And he actually came in 3rd place in state for the long jump, jumping over 24 feet. This is now the 5th player to choose LSU in the last 10 days. One of the remaining cornerbacks that they want to go after is Rustin's Aiden Anding. But really, this is a big flip. It's from Texas, position of need, highly rated player. And it all goes back to Corey Raymond. Because when he got this job in January, he had 3 targets that he wanted to go hard for. It was DJ Pickett, Naeem Offord, and Cade Phillips. Well, you get the number 1 guy in the country in DJ Pickett when nobody thought you would.
Yeah.
You don't have Offord, but now you get Cade Phillips, and you have there's a couple 4-star safeties mixed in. You're going after Anding. Corey Raymond has done everything that you thought Corey Raymond would do.
Yeah, it's a top 20 guy at his position. He's one of the top guys in Texas. That means a lot. I think we all know that he's a top 25 guy in the state of Texas, so that goes a very long way. He's right now on 3, your 11th highest recruit, but that is big because this is an elite class. It is number 3 in the team rankings. And again, you mentioned it. It's a position of need. That's a check. It is stealing someone from Texas who I feel like is maybe going to become your biggest recruiting rival. Now that they're in the SEC, it already feels like it is. It already feels like you're going. Now, you could say, well, yeah, A&M and Alabama all going after the same player, but it really feels like a lot lately, and Taylor, you'd be able to speak on this better than we could. It feels like the last 2 have been LSU and Texas for a lot of these recruits, Taylor.
No, they really have. And what did you see earlier in the offseason or last year when it was LSU versus Texas? Texas was winning these recruiting battles. That has not been the case lately. I mean, we've seen 3 or 4 guys out there. You're like, oh, they're either LSU and A&M or LSU and Texas, and LSU's pulled in a few in a row, so they're on a little bit of a heater.
And still number 3 class in the entire country. I missed this, Taylor. I see you added it to the document. LSU also lands a commitment from Mike Tyler, a tight end out of Columbia, South Carolina, 6'4", 230. I like what you wrote here. Anytime Brian Kelly recruits a tight end, I'm sold. I would agree. He chooses LSU over Duke, West Virginia. Wouldn't mind if my Mountaineers had got him, but that's fine. What is this? I'm guessing 3-star, solid guy here.
Yeah, he's a 3-star. Big guy, though. 6'4", 240. Massive, again, I care about the offer list more than the star ranking, and I trust Brian Kelly's evaluation of tight ends at this point. I mean, that's what it boils down to. He's, in my opinion, the best evaluator of tight ends in all of college football. And if he thinks Mike Tyler can play here, well, then I think they got a heck of a player in Mike Tyler.
There's no use in crying over spilled milk. And again, one thing Brian Kelly's incredible at is avoiding sunk cost fallacies, being willing to go back on decisions that he made. But do you think he wishes that they would have been more proactive and seized the initiative in keeping Corey Raymond around from the beginning?
Yeah,
because if you had never let Raymond go, your secondary would have been 2 years ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
Again, credit to him for bringing it back, and it's going to pay dividends still. But damn, it's again, no point going down this road too far. But it's a little bit like, man, yeah, you already had him there. Secondary could have been great this whole time. But still,
yes,
better late than never.
It is, and realizing that was a mistake, and the two parties maybe had to go their separate ways for a little bit, and maybe it was good for everybody.
That's true.
It's certainly paid off here since he's been back.
Yeah.
I mean, just in recruiting. Now we're going to see the on the field portion of it that we think is going to be back to something that we recognize, but off the field, right? Because you weren't getting either done. You weren't getting off or on the field. So now you've gotten this checked off, and we'll see what on the field looks like.
Also, Corey Raymond's jacked. Did y'all see that picture I put in the document?
I did not.
Coach Raymond still got it, Jake. Look it up, dude. He is. My guy's looking freaking swole. Did you see it, Alondra?
Yeah, those shoulders are crazy.
Those arms?
Yeah.
He's kind of.
He's
like,
jacked.
Yeah, and it's kind of like even more sexy with that salt and pepper beard he's got going on. He's got a little bit of the Coach Prime thing going on.
Yeah.
By the way, Taylor, Coach Prime and CBS squashed their beef. Okay, so chill.
Oh, did they?
Did they ever actually say what it was
Stephen
about?
A. Smith says what it was about. They had a CBS had a black reporter working on a story about Colorado, and they took him off for a white guy, and Prime got pissed about it, apparently. All right, hour 3 of OTB coming up next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
I want you guys to check out the Queen right here in Baton Rouge. That's right, guys. You may be like, the Queen team, I haven't been there in years. Well, guess what? We just renovated the entire thing, and it's incredible. The DraftKings Sportsbook that they have there, y'all, is such a great vibe to watch a game in and gamble and eat great food and have great drinks. 1717 has about 1,000 different televisions. And look, coming up this fall, we will get you the dates, but me and Jake, we've laid it out. I think about 4 different times. We're going to have some NFL primetime watch parties there. If you want to come kick it with Team OTB, have some drinks, have some great food. Again, whatever you used to think of the Queen, it's completely different, okay? We have renovated everything from the ground up. Go check it out today. Great place to watch sports. Right over the Queen of Baton Rouge again. DraftKings Sportsbook app. They've got Shaq's place in there.
Big Chicken.
Big Chicken.
Let's
the
go.
3 Walks Noodle Bar. It's all for you at the Queen.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Good morning. It's a 9 a.m. here on Monday, August 19th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 96. In hour 3 of today's show, we'll have weekend winners at 9 a.m. and then Devin Snow hops on the show at 9:15. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what up, y'all? Hour 3 of OTB. God, I'm already thinking about eating some tamales when I get home. About 3 o'clock this afternoon, 3:30, then things about to be hitting. Am I out of Valentina, though?
Make sure you got Central Plumbing.
Am I out of Valentina? Well, I ate so many on the drive yesterday that I can't eat too many to upset my stomach, you know? I only bought myself a dozen, and I ate 6 on the drive, and my wife probably had 1 or 2. So, unfortunately, it's probably going to be a responsible, like, 2 to 3 tamale sort of meal. Which during the week I try to keep it more between the lines. So that's good. That's good. That's what I'm looking for. Can you imagine just eating like a dozen tamales and going to play tennis in the sun?
Ooh, that would be just terrible.
Sounds fun.
I would think I would throw up 5 minutes in.
Really just grease up.
Ugh.
It's like Ryan Smith, I think it was earlier in the chat, talked about running 5 miles this morning and then eating leftover Taco Bell.
Okay, but leftover Taco Bell is just insane.
At this time of the day, I feel it is.
No, I feel like Taco Bell is something that you eat and you do not have leftovers of it.
Soft tacos can hit though.
So I was going to say I don't know about I'm the least Taco Bell connoisseur in this room, certainly, but I do love just those cheap little soft tacos, and they actually hold okay in the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
You can even eat them cold out of the fridge. It doesn't really matter.
It's not that weird, though. So junior year, before one of my track meets, I had Taco Bell before the race. So I kind of flipped it from Ryan. Ryan had it after, I had it before, yeah.
Oh, my God.
You had the runs 2 different times that day.
So it's weird. Like every track meet, the 4x2, which is what I did as a junior, was the very first event. So I'm just sitting there like eating my nachos Bel Grande with my Baja Blast and all that. And the coach is like, hey, y'all run in like 10 minutes. And I was like, well, we're going to see how this goes.
Okay, sorry. It was Samuel Ayers, not Ryan Smith. I apologize. Didn't mean to do stolen Taco Bell valor. Shout out
you're
Samuel
insane.
Ayers.
That is a crazy stomach that you got.
So, Taylor, you were just trying for a little jet propulsion.
Yeah.
Hey.
You were just looking for a gaseous explosion to give you that 1/10 of a second.
A certain 4x2 won that day.
Combine
so.
that with some carbo loading, I think it makes sense.
Right.
I don't even want to know how many calories are in each tamale because
they're pretty crazy.
I think I'm giving
pretty damn
myself
good.
like an eating disorder.
Are
by
you
counting my
You're trying
calories.
to count
Wait,
calories?
And my
the tamales
macros.
T-Bob gave?
My macros too.
I found macros maybe weren't. I thought it wasn't. I did that for a while. It
It's
wasn't
not
as
hard.
bad as I thought.
No,
Yeah,
it's
no.
not hard, but it just gives you an eating disorder.
Well, you're like,
Those
well, I
are
guess I
low
gotta eat
fat
grapes.
though, right? The
Yeah.
ones you gave us, they were low fat, low carb.
Yeah,
That's what
You're
I
like,
thought.
let me not eat this so I can eat this later.
Now, because y'all are a bunch of little bland white people, I did not get you the I did not get you all the extra hot pork tamales. I just got you the basic.
What'd you get
fine.
yourself then?
The extra hot. Okay, because
I
I have the most,
love-
culture in this room.
Yeah.
Certainly.
It feels problematic.
Yeah.
I mean, look at
Especially
me.
when it comes to tamales, you know. Yeah. Which, by the way, I need to bring y'all. I made that chicken salad again, so I need to bring it in.
Oh, hell yeah.
So y'all can try it.
I mean, your enchiladas you gave me were delicious.
Yeah.
I'll eat the chicken salad. But if y'all want the extra hot, I can get you a dozen when I go back this weekend. Just let me know.
This man
that
lives
doesn't
at the
probably-
lake this time of year.
I told you, man, you got to get in because after this, it's not going to be till. I'm trying to get one Christmas weekend, maybe.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe college football playoff weekend if we're not working.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be kind of tight, dude. Ooh. When it actually gets a little cold up there too,
I wonder what I didn't even thought about that. I wonder what my schedule is going to be because I go on location for the playoffs. I wonder if I get a chance to go to like somewhere really cool.
Yeah, you'll probably be at like Penn State or Morgantown.
Like Penn State. Let's see.
Penn State would be cool.
Penn State Ole Miss.
Yeah.
And Happy Valley.
Much rather go to Happy Valley than Oxford.
Yeah. I've been to Oxford plenty. It's whatever.
By the way, West Virginia's going to beat Penn State, guys. Not really, but I think
Maybe.
they'll acquit themselves better. I think they'll play better this year, hopefully.
Little side note: it's the Cannon's birthday. It's Ryan's birthday.
Yeah.
Also, Morton Anderson.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
How did I know
Just
that?
saw Mike Detillier post
Should
about
have been
it.
a piece of family canon. I had no idea.
Is your dad? How old your dad turn today?
He's born in 1960, so a nice even round number to
64.
remember. Yep.
Morton Anderson turned 64 today.
And for those that don't know,
Same day, same age.
another piece
Two
of canon
Saints
lore
legends?
is they are best friends. My dad has very few friends on this earth that he really likes, and Morton Anderson would be chief among them.
They were literally born the same day.
The
so it
Great
makes
Dane,
sense.
all-time good nickname.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some weekend winners.
That's how winning is done.
That's right! We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've got too far.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
Are you doing what it takes to win a championship?
Wow, winning.
Well, then I guess there's only one thing left to do. What's that? Win the whole thing.
All right, my first weekend winner, the Houston Texans. They just look like such a fun, young, exciting team.
Yeah.
You have the quarterback, which is the biggest piece of the puzzle, and he only looks like he's getting better. As Taylor was talking about last week, you've got one of the best collection of weapons in the entire NFL. Derek Stingley Jr. looks awesome. Had a great pick on Daniel Jones the other day. If you're a Texans fan, you've gone through a lot of crap. You know, you had to wade through a lot of bad. I'm happy for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy for you that you have now arrived here. But yeah, they just feel young, cool, exciting. The uniforms are popping all of a sudden. Shout out to the Houston Texans.
Yeah, plus 1,500 for those that like to place a wager on the Texans to win a Super Bowl. I think they come in sixth as far as the best odds to win the Super Bowl, but that still feels like a lot of value after what we've seen last year and so far here in the preseason. Weekend winner for me, 2 weeks in a row. Going to give a shout out to my hometown, Shreveport. GeekCon was awesome. It was down at the convention center there, and it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I was there Friday and Saturday, and I think it was even more packed on Sunday. I mean, the convention center was packed.
Let's go,
and
baby.
Downstairs was like the Comic-Con. Upstairs was more like, sports cards and it was just a great turnout. Billy Sims, Oklahoma Heisman Trophy winner, was there. Bob Lilly of Cowboys fame was there. Willie Roaf, who's a large individual.
Yeah.
I mean, just massive human. He was there. He was awesome. Rafael Palmeiro was there, so that was great. But just like the Comic-Con portion of it, man, everybody, like, they did not hold back. I mean,
the con portion looked awesome.
Everybody had costumes. There was so many, great people there that were doing signings and autographs and pictures. I mean, they had a whole row just of people from different comics. It was again a great turnout. That's 2 weekends in a row.
Artist Alley.
Yeah, it was very
Artist
cool.
Alley's the best.
So I met an artist he lives in Baton Rouge, and he draws for Marvel and draws Spider-Man. That's kind of his go-to.
Wait.
He lives in Baton Rouge.
There's an artist from Baton Rouge who is the artist on Spider-Man right now?
For Marvel, yeah.
I got goosebumps. What's his name? We get his name.
I'll check out. I'll get you the name, get you the information. But he's a big
crazy.
LSU football fan as well. I talked to him
What?
for a while.
We got to have this guy on air, dude. This sounds amazing.
I know. We got to. And he was drawing Spider-Man while we were sitting there. Incredible.
God, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, so great time. But more importantly, that's back-to-back wins for my hometown, and they needed some wins. You had the G-Dome with 50 Cent last week. Got the GeekCon this week.
So there's no hope in allying Bossier and Shreveport, though?
No, the Red River splits them, and we're just going to leave it at that.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Unless you're listening.
Did Fitty show up to GeekCon?
No, but it would have been awesome.
Did you see any furries?
Yes, there was. A lot. I mean, when I say a lot.
That's the best part about cons. Everybody just lives their truth. Unapologetically.
And nobody cares.
Nobody
cares. Judges.
It's such a safe space for everybody to be at. I don't love bronies, but that's fine.
I don't love bronies. They're so weird.
Forgot my man.
Furries I'm fine with. Bronies cross the line a little too much.
The bronies is where you draw the line.
Well, because
it's
they'll be buying
furries.
body pillows with obviously adolescent ponies on it. It's what's going on here, guys? What's going on here, guys? You're crossing some weird lines.
My man Todd Walker was signing autographs there next to me as well, and he got a cool print because the kid that played in E.T. was there, and he got a cool print of E.T. and the kid who played E.T.
All-time
in the
John
E.T. movie.
Williams banger, dude. All right, what's up, Alondra? What you got?
Weekend winner. I think should I go back to what I said in the
Yeah,
first
do whatever,
segment?
yeah,
Okay,
do whatever.
so weekend winner Dracus Duplessis, who beat Israel Adesanya.
Shout out.
By extension,
DDP.
weekend winner me, because I woke up from a nap Saturday and I was like, oh, I got to place a bet. That was the first thing that I thought of. Let me place this bet on the UFC tonight, because it was 7 o'clock. So I was like, okay, I need to get this in. Half asleep, placed the bet, meant to put it on DDP by decision, which was plus 400. Accidentally put it on DDP by submission. That was plus 600.
Let's go.
And I was like, there's no way this bet hits. We were joking. I was joking with my cousin. I was like, imagine it hit. And he was like, bro, that'd be crazy. Ends up hitting.
There you go.
On
It's the best
accident.
feeling.
The least likely way for him to win.
How do you submit him?
Choke.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. My favorite thing, a rear naked choke.
It was a rear naked choke.
Taylor, what's up with you?
What's up with me, or what's my weekend winner?
Come on.
Weekend winner is going to be Connor Stallions.
Oh, yeah? Wait, why?
Connor Stallions has a new coaching job, guys.
Okay.
At Mumford High School in Detroit, Michigan. He is going to be the defensive coordinator at Mumford High School. The head coach, William McMichael, said, look, what happened at Michigan had nothing to do with us here at Mumford High School. That's a Michigan thing. That's an NCAA thing. And our kids love Coach Stallions. They actually call him 5-Star Stallions. Is his nickname at Mumford High School. So Connor Stallions back in the coaching ranks.
He's probably bringing just an awesome amount of institutional knowledge.
His scouting's going to be second to none.
Look, there's one thing you can say about Connor is he's a real one. Ain't nobody more down for the cause than Connor Stallions. It's why the NCAA can't get him to cooperate in anything, because he is a true believer. But I guess, is he doing this on the side of his vacuum business, or is this in addition to? Okay.
I imagine it doesn't have to be exclusive. He could probably still sell the vacuums. For what it's worth, Mumford High School, the Mustangs, they have not had a winning season since 2019. So maybe Connor can come in and change some things.
Yeah. I was trying to make a Mumford and Sons joke.
I was too. I was thinking of one in my head.
I couldn't get there. Weekend loser, the New York Giants, for still having Daniel Jones as their quarterback. Bro, I don't know if you could throw a more insecure pick than the first one that he threw. In that, It was everything that you are never supposed to do. And then Giants fans had to watch that and be like, this is our guy that we chose to play $40+ million and got rid of Saquon Barkley for.
Yeah.
Like, you tied yourself
And
to an
didn't-
albatross.
Didn't draft a QB either.
And Malik Neighbors is awesome. Like,
he was
he's
actually,
awesome.
so I'll tie into yours. My next one was going to be Malik Neighbors. He had 4 catches for 54 yards. There was one time, it was great battle between him and Stingley. He goes down the field. He almost makes an acrobatic catch one-handed, but he comes up 4 for 54. He was the highest graded New York Giant on offense by far on the day. He looks the part. He looks like who I think was the best receiver in college football. It wasn't even close last year. He should have been the first receiver drafted, in my opinion. But I just worry, is he going to get good enough quarterback play to show fully what he can do?
Yeah, well, he's going to exist, Jake, in that realm that DeAndre Hopkins used to and Andre Johnson, where they're just going to have bad quarterbacks, but they're going to be so good that they're still really good. But it's like, man, what could they be if you would give them a good guy? Any more back there?
I got a weekend loser. Weekend losers, the White Sox. They've been eliminated.
Whole season losers?
Yes, because they've been eliminated from the playoffs. It's
what time
mid-August.
is it? Wow.
It is mid-August. So they're 37 games behind the wild card spot.
37?
And there's 37 games left in the season, so they'd have to go on like a real heater, like literally win every single game from here to the end of the season to even try to make the wild card.
Oh my God.
Yeah, previous record holder for this was in 2018, the Baltimore Orioles. They were eliminated on August 20th and finished with a record.
This is a new record.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so shout out, which...
Hey, if you're
they
going
beat
to
the
do something,
Astros
do
this
it to the
weekend,
fullest
but
degree.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so they suck. I mean,
That's
mid-August.
really all you can say.
And you're out of playoff
they're
contention.
Taylor, anything for you?
Yeah, my last weekend winner. All the LSU Tigers that were in preseason over the weekend because
felt like
they
they were
played really
everywhere,
well.
dude.
Noah Cain led the Cincinnati Bengals in rushing. He had 8 carries for 28 yards. Also caught 2 balls out of the backfield. The leading receiver for the Dallas Cowboys, Racey McMath, 3 catches for 54 yards.
I just thought about him in a while.
We saw Omar Spates. We were talking about him earlier in the show.
He had 7 solos, 2 tackles for loss.
Oh, and he absolutely just stoned a running back coming right through the middle. And then Brian Thomas had a nice 14-yard grab on the sidelines from Mac Jones. Big week for LSU Tigers in the NFL.
My final weekend winner, Angel Reese, 19 points, 20 boards, her 20th double-double of the season. Already has all kind of double-double records. Nobody has reached 20 double-doubles faster than Angel Reese. Put some respect on her name. Both her and Caitlin Clark continuing to fulfill all of the hype right now. And while we're here, I want to say this about our guy Jason Henderson.
Oh, God.
From Old Dominion.
I thought we were done with this.
I've thought about it long and hard over the weekend on my drives.
Good.
And, I watched more Henderson tape. And ultimately, I have found this to be a battle that I don't even want to have. Because he is such a good player that while I still maintain that if somebody is, arguably maybe juicing him up a little bit at home, I still think he's doing Henderson the biggest disfavor of all. But still, he's such a good player that I don't have enough passion to want to be the one out here fighting against him. So I am respectfully recusing myself from the Jason Henderson
this
debate.
Is good because it was a bunch of just nothingness.
I don't have to. I'm not going to comment. I'm not
It's a
going to comment. I'm
one-sided
just going to
argument,
leave it
is
that
what it
he is a great and electric player
He
and a
is.
tackler.
And you were trying to take it away from him.
And Jason Henderson.
And so is Alex.
Is excellent. So that's that. I wanted to say that. All right.
Information.
When we get back, we got our guy Hold the Mayo for some spread lines. See how spread quarters went last night after that Saints game. I'm sure everybody was pumped on Derek Carr. Keep it locked right here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
OakParkEvents.com. Listen up, fellas. If you just got engaged, if you're just getting engaged, you want to go to OakParkEvents.com where you can check out 2 excellent venues that they have. Okay, you got Oak Lodge, which is your beautiful kind of New Orleans style feel, the wedding. This brass and mahogany bar at Oak Lodge is going to blow you away, okay? Both venues, all inclusive, guys. We've literally done thousands of weddings here at Oak Park Events. Okay, so it is turnkey, top to bottom, customizable in the way that you want. Park 73, that's going to be your more naturey, wide open, outside wedding vibes if you want to give that. The bottom line here is, though, fellas, you get yourself some brownie points. Okay, you're just engaged, you're going to get engaged. Honey, I've been thinking, I got a couple great venues we could check out. You pick a consult, see what they offer you, and not only do you find a great venue, but also, like, your wife's like, oh my God, he cares, he's involved, he's sincere, and you start the marriage life off with excellent. You're ahead of the change, guys. OakParkEvents.com. That's PARC.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
There's nothing chill about a hot, sweaty line. Unless you add Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Upon my face. Dude, this song, though, the Vikings getting ready to go land on foreign shores and take whatever they want. God, I used to love to listen to the song before games.
It just reminds me of Ocean's 12, I think it is.
That's I hate that. I hate that for you. When I hear this song, I think about a bunch of Vikings in a long ship just go sailing under the open skies, getting ready to raid and pillage and burn and kill and maim. You're out here thinking about Clooney and Damon.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt. Don't forget about him.
My bad. Great cast.
You remember the
They
scene
tried
I'm
to
talking
remake it on a Godzilla movie in the late 2000s, maybe no. late 90s, I mean, early 2000s maybe.
Yeah.
Matthew Broderick was in it. Not great. And P. Diddy tried to do a remake of this with Jimmy Page.
Oh, Jimmy was on board with it?
He was on it.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. We got to get Dev.
Dev Snow, a.k.a. Hold the Mayo. Are you bespectacled today, Dev?
Oh, look at you.
Glasses on? You feeling super intelligent today? What's going on?
No, we can't
Wait,
hear
hold on. We
Dev.
can't hear Dev, and we can't see him yet. No, it's probably not on your
Yeah,
end, Dev. Hold on.
I don't
You're
think it's
good.
on
You're
your
good.
end, Dev.
You're good. Let's all blame
Let's
Taylor.
blame Taylor.
guys. Way to go.
Taylor sucks.
Yeah,
Taylor sucks.
Taylor has a
sucks.
mangina. Taylor has a mangina. Oh, Dev, we got you. Say something?
Yeah, what about now?
Yeah,
We're good,
we
we're
got
good.
you.
Yeah, well, I mean, the audio guys got to check the audio.
I mean, come on, dude. Come on.
Well, actually, Taylor's not the audio guy. He's kind of the video guy, but
But it's the video part.
It's
All
the video
right.
part,
Also, let's not talk about audio.
Wait. Hold on, though, Dev. Hold on, though, Dev. Hold on.
The Mayo episode, so.
Okay, hold on. That was Jordan's fault. Everybody relax. Dev.
I mean, he's throwing shots.
So is this with the glasses, you seem much more pensive, much more thoughtful. Is this because Derek Carr in the first team offense had a great drive last night?
Oh, yeah, no, Derek looked good handing the ball off to Jamal Williams and Taysom Hill. No doubt about it, bro. Nobody looked better.
4th and 5. 4th and 5.
Yeah.
3rd and 5 and 4th and 5, guys.
Hey, T-Bob, but think about, like, we're so excited because a veteran quarterback who's been in the league like 10 years and
Yeah.
gets paid a lot of money led on a scoring drive in the preseason.
16 plays, guys, 95 yards. That's a crazy drive. I mean, that is actually an insane drive, though.
Beautiful. Almost got 3 of his receivers killed on the way, but, you know, yeah. My boy can throw an Oshna ball. You know that.
Hate.
I've never heard that. That's good.
Hate.
That's really good.
So I'm guessing, Dev, then that the over the top animus that you're showing for Derek Carr here, was that the theme at spread quarters last night? Because people right now, anytime Derek Carr loves to do, or like anytime he does something okay, or anytime like the Saints tweet out a highlight from practice, the comment.
God bless you.
Excuse me. The comments are insane.
Your mouth.
The comments are
had a
insane.
heart attack.
The comments are insane right now, though, Dev. I was cracking up the other day because they showed a highlight of him throwing to Olave on air, and every comment was like, "Shut the hell up! We hate him! Oh, get out of here, Saints!" So, what was it like in spread quarters last night?
I mean, I got to be honest. It wasn't as much. I mean, of course, the guy that calls every week, I'm live, he'll never be happy with Derek Carr. But, you know, the 95-yard drive definitely helped out his case. And, of course, Spencer Rattler not looking as good, which, you know, some are saying, not me, some are saying that Derek Carr might have did a little under table with the backup center. You know what I'm saying? Because we saw some questionable.
That was Lemieux, right? Lemieux. God,
Yes.
Those are some of the worst
Yes.
snaps I've ever seen.
They really was.
I mean, like not even. It's not like it slipped out your hand and it rolled. That first one, he just threw like on the ground to the like 90 degrees to the left. I've almost never seen anything like that. All right,
go ahead. I've almost never seen anything like Josh Dobbs against the Saints, dude.
Why
Yeah,
is he so good against the Saints, dude? He turns into this dual threat Manziel, Johnny Foot. Like, you can't get him down. He's keeping his eyes downfield. Josh Dobbs is a Saints killer.
Dude, I mean, last time we played him, he ended up on Good Morning America the next day. Then God forbid he comes out again, and dude, it's just right back to business. He's truly. He owns the Saints, which is crazy, but it's true.
Dev, what about so obviously, look, the offense quelled some fears of the ones. Again, I think I don't want to make too much of it, but I really liked the play call, right? I love the third down call, the fake jet sweep to off tackle. I liked coming out the review, super quick tempo, fullback dive. What were the other big takeaways on spread quarters last night?
I mean, look, I like Bub Means too, because like that little 5 and out on 4th down that they converted.
Yeah.
You know, bro, if we can get you to run that the whole year and run it good, you know, we got another. I'm just saying, like, he just looked. I thought he looked good, man. I thought that was a big play. The defense, like, what more do you need to see from the defense at this point to see that it's just a winning defense? that front four, bro, it's crazy. It really is. Chase Young, Grandison, Cam, Brzee, who I'll tell you, when we drafted Brzee, I was destroyed because right when they drafted him, they started going through the you know how when they draft somebody, they'll show you the highlights. Well, the first thing they said, well, yeah, he's injury prone, blah, 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 blah. I was like, damn, man, here we go again. Bro, this dude.
No, he's consistent. He's a great interior pass rusher.
Right up the middle pass rush, straight at the quarterback. Like, we needed that. So I was happy for him.
I mean, is Chase Young the player that people are most excited about, though? Because to me, he was the most exciting part about yesterday.
Yeah, he's just active.
Active, yeah.
He's just that's what you want, man. As Saints fans, we've always wanted a freak that can get to the quarterback. Not, and Foskey and Peyton Turner, they need to take a note because we don't care about if you can rush the quarterback or get close to the quarterback. Get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
Get to the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? That's the Whiff brothers right there. Foskey and Turner.
I mean, I felt bad. Turner had that great spin move. He's there, and Josh Dobbs dodged him not once but twice. I mean, ghosted him.
And then Trevor Pennon on the run blocking.
Oh yeah, he was pretty okay.
Guy run blocks like a dude from the 60s. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude, he actually pretty solid run blocker. So I don't know. I thought it was such an improvement.
We know
95-yard drive.
We know the defense is going to be good enough to win games. If the offense is going to be good enough, it has to start with running the ball, Like they have to be able to run it more successfully than they had the last few years, and it'll make everything look better. It'll make Carr look better. Carr, I still don't think it's going to be an explosive offense. I don't think Carr's going to have any high yards per attempt. I think it's going to be very depressing, but like in that sense. But if they run the ball well enough, everything else can work.
Yeah, and Carr still, man, I just got to be honest. Of course, the optional balls, and then also there's something about him, like he just doesn't sometimes see the right guy to throw to. Like there was an example of this when he threw it to Olave last night on that 4-yard pass that San Francisco wound up challenging. Taysom Hill was wide open, could have got the first down. He throws it to Olave for 4 yards, and it's like he barely gets in bounds. Like it's just like I don't know, some things like that. I'm just like, dude, the brain cells. But, people always remind me, we paying him like the 18th best quarterback in the league. So that's what you get. Derek Exception Card is always an exception.
Wait, so that's kind of insane. His $40 million contract is 18th in the NFL right now?
Yeah, something around that. I know it's not top 10, so.
Well,
give me a check here, Jake. 10. Go to Spot Rack. Give me a check here because that's actually crazy. If good time to be a quarterback.
Well, I mean, you got to remember every single year, 5 quarterbacks get paid more than
you're right. No, you're right. How about this? I thought if I thought Chase Young was my favorite player, Taysom Hill probably not far behind last night.
Make fullbacks great again, and fullbacks we trust. I wore the sweatshirt today.
Taysom Hill. What was your boy that used to play for Washington back in the late 80s? Running back, white guy.
John Riggins?
Riggins?
Yeah.
Bro, like, let's go, bro. Just give it to Taysom right out the backfield, straight up the gut, dude. He never let you down when you did it last night. You might as well keep doing it.
And he was good at lead blocking, which we've never really seen him do before, blocking the ways that he has. I mean, go to fullback to tailback like he does. Yeah, Taysom really it's funny. I thought it was almost too obvious just armchair, just make him Kyle Juszczyk. But yeah, no, it really seems like Kubiak is just doing the Kyle Juszczyk thing.
Well, hey, that was a big reason why we couldn't score points in the red zone last year because they wouldn't just armchair call it. Yeah. There's a lot of, like last night when you let Taysom run it in on the goal line, yes.
Yeah.
As soon as you get to the 8-yard line, 10-yard line, man, just let that dude just go. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, a lot of it is armchair calls that they need to do.
Dev, where are you going for RB&R today, dude?
Oh, I'm going, dude. So I had a crown, and you know how you get a crown on your teeth?
Yeah.
Well, I was flossing the other night and I popped it out.
Yeah.
I was freaking out. I thought it was a real tooth, dude. Straight up.
You forgot you had the cap.
Yeah, I forgot.
Wait.
Yeah, I forgot.
I've had that happen to me before.
Do you floss regularly?
Yeah, every night.
Wow.
Well, no, not me.
Okay,
No.
okay. I was gonna say.
I hate flossing, but I try to do it at least a couple times a week. But
Damn, I never
anyway,
floss.
the
Use
crown popped out
mouthwash
my mouth, so
time.
I gotta eat light. So I'm going to this little French restaurant. They serve like soups and
You
stuff.
could get le petit rabins.
Yeah. Also,
Très bien.
hey, what about Mark Sanchez looking like Antonio Banderas? Look like Zorro. last night. You saw that?
I didn't love the look. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I didn't love
Looked
the
like
look. He looked a little
looked like
greasy.
Looked like he steals copper.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like it was like it had none of the suave of Banderas. Like technically he's trying to hit the same notes, but everything's coming off as cheaper and greasier.
Yes.
He's about as greasy as them tamales, just way less tasty, I would say. Which maybe that's a problematic joke with his last name being Sanchez. I didn't mean it in that way.
18th does check out, by the way, for Derek Carr.
He's the 18th highest. $40 million is the 18th highest now.
30-something.
36.
So in total cash and cap hit, he's in both those categories. He's 18th.
Good God. Good
You know
time
he
to be a
loves that.
quarterback.
You know he loves that.
Well, I mean,
'cause
it
he
is
can use that.
I mean, to be fair, it is a great defense for him, right? I mean, because like objectively, you get what you pay for. So if you're if you're paying the 18th best quarterback, like you're gonna get what you're
his total
getting.
value of the contract, $150 million, which still is crazy.
Is a lot.
17th in that.
What?
Now that's more, than some other guys that are really good, like Aaron Rodgers is 18th. But so he's in the problem is with the argument, he's right on level with like Dak Prescott and Kirk Cousins and Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, and Cousins seems
that's a problem.
significantly better, and Stafford obviously.
I mean, I take Dak Prescott 10 out of 10 if we're having to choose between the two.
I would take Dak. Yeah, for sure, dude. I'm not like Taylor. I'm not. I know football.
I mean, dude, it's just the most used car thing ever when you really think about it, because 18, you basically bought a car with a couple wrecks on it and 4 owners, type
He's had 8 coordinators in 11 years. This will be his 8th coordinator in 11 years. Like, yes, the man has had a lot of drivers, a lot of different owners at different times. But hey, help him out, a good running games, like I don't know, maybe like a solid maintenance plan or something. I don't know what the analogy would be, but like, again, can Kubiak make it easier on him? And if he can, then all you got to do, all the offense has to do is play well enough to make sure that the defense isn't wasted, because the defense looks like they're going to be awesome. So we'll see.
Also, happy birthday on top of the birthdays that we've already talked about today, John Stamos.
What?
61.
61.
Guy looks great.
He looks amazing.
Yeah, good for you, John.
Oh my God.
Lil Romeo is 35.
Okay, I remember Lil Romeo. Shout out.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton is 78 today.
August 19th, kind of a banger of a birthday.
Yeah.
Leanne Womack, 58 as well.
Okay. All right. So Leanne. All right now.
I don't actually know who Leanne Womack is.
Oh.
Yeah, you do.
If you recognize actor, singer, what are we talking about?
Singer.
Country.
We'll play you one of her songs coming
I'm sure
back.
I'd recognize it.
Yeah, you will.
But I don't
You know,
off the top
you know
of
what
my
to
head,
do here
I
at
don't
Laundry. You know what to do.
All right, Dev. What else is going on? Remember, guys, if you want some merch, htmsports.com/shop. What's going down at Spread Quarters this week?
Definitely merch, and if you'd be so kind, subscribe to Hold the Mayo on YouTube.
Yes,
because we just did a show in Spread Quarters last night. It was fantastic. The phone ringing the entire show. It's week 2 of preseason, so I just got great expectations for it the whole season. So
it's gonna
Hold the
blow up,
Mayo on YouTube. Subscribe.
It's gonna blow up. It's a great show. Go check it out, guys. Sub to the channel if you haven't yet. Dev, thank you so much, brother.
Y'all take care.
See you, Dev.
Have a great day, Dem Snow, a.k.a. Hold the Mayo. When we get back, more OTB. We got Tay-Tay's NFL Story of the Day. Keep it locked.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. Daniel Blunt says, Dev met a really hot girl at the donut shop who said she likes to read books, so he got those glasses. They do have that feeling a little bit, certainly. I thought they looked great. God, I need glasses. My eyes are going so bad. AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com. All other blue light glasses. Should I get like Harry Potter? I kind of want round Harry Potter glasses. They're gonna look too weird. Very round face. Yes,
I think those are only for like little people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it'd be kind of skinny to pull off the round glasses.
Okay,
Look, like
sure,
you and
sure.
I,
Yeah, you're probably right.
we've got big heads. I don't think that'd work for us.
Well,
I'm
you'll
throwing
get
myself
the big
into
head
it.
when you hear all the great deals that you can take advantage of at All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. Check out the selection either online on the website or just go in and see them today. Remember, at the Service Center, all makes and models welcome, guys. AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Okay, so this is Leanne. I'm going to need to get to a chorus here. It's not clicking yet.
On T-Bob.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah. I've heard this. Yeah. Okay, yeah, for sure. Okay, this is a good song. Shout out Leanne Womack. Why are we talking about her again?
Dev.
It's her birthday.
It's her birthday today.
Oh, it's your birthday today.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Great day for birthdays, like we said.
This is a good song.
It's a great song.
I think it's like a lot of like first dance song.
I can see that.
Situation.
Yeah. It has that feel, certainly.
Real quick, I want to give a shout out to my guy, Colt McCoy. He's officially retiring from football, but he's already got his next job lined up after 14 years in the NFL. And, of course, Colt, one of the all-time college football legends. He is going to be calling games for NBC Sports.
Let's go.
Yeah, so he's going to be calling Big Ten football. His first game, T-Bob?
Yeah.
Colorado at Nebraska.
Okay. I thought he was going to head up the Texas NIL initiative, so that's a much better gig. That was just a bad joke. They didn't really
I'm down for like
do
any Colt
anything
McCoy
anyway.
shout out.
Yeah, Colt's
Anytime we
incredible,
can give
incredible
him
human, man.
a
He's
shout out.
got the Poncho brand as well. Check that out. But going to be killing it in the booth. Great insight.
Wait, that's
Looking
Big
forward to
Noon
it.
kickoff. So he's on the Big Noon kickoff team?
I just know that it said his first assignment's going to be Colorado and Nebraska. I saw that earlier.
Interesting. I wonder what rolled. I'm pretty sure that's Big Noon kickoff. Maybe fact check me there. That's a big game. Nebraska needs that. Nebraska needs that. Last year, they turned the ball over in the worst ways you've ever seen in that game, which, to be fair, that was Nebraska every game last year. But in Dylan Raiola, we trust, guys. We are so back. Don't worry about that. All right, let's get to Tay-Tay's NFL Story of the Day.
It's time for Tay-Tay's NFL Story of the Day. Your daily dose of NFL news from Taylor Sharp.
Oh, wait, Fox's Big Noon kickoffs. You said the game's on NBC.
Yep.
Huh. I don't know. Good call, champ. I'm not sure. Whoa. Oh, Danny Girl says, wow, T-Bob throwing shots at a snap? Really? Pot, meat, kettle? You're obviously referencing the Tennessee snap. Check the tape. Never had a fumbled snap in my career. Thank you very much. And check the tape on Tennessee. Look where the snap was. Right side of the body, at the hip. Admittedly, I tried to go right shoulder normally. Not a bad snap. Jordan wasn't ready for it. Take a lap, Danny. Go. Okay? Sorry. Go ahead, Taylor.
Whoa.
She needs to take a lap. She needs to take a lap.
The Colorado-Nebraska, by the way, 6:30 p.m. NBC.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Hell yeah. Okay, that's going to be a great game. Prime time. Prime.
All right, so the Los Angeles Rams took on the Chargers on Saturday, and the Rams actually got the win. But Sean McVay was not the head coach of that game. Aubrey Pleasance, the team's assistant head coach, was the acting head coach of that game, so he gets the win. Sean McVay said he wanted to sit up in the press box for that game, get a different view of the game, get a different view of the offense, led by Stetson Bennett. So he wanted to turn the game over to Aubrey Pleasance, and he got his first win, technically, as an NFL head coach.
That's cool. Shanahan last night not calling plays, right?
No.
So it's a great opportunity to develop guys. Exactly what Brian Kelly was talking about earlier when he was talking about calling games, or maybe you have somebody in that's not normally in, a bit of a mismatch. How do you deal? Well, you're giving guys a chance to develop. Makes sense. And by the way, guys, these are my children on my shirt. Okay. I'm not wearing a Hawaiian shirt with other people's children's faces on it.
It's such a cute shirt.
Just want to make sure that everybody knows that.
It's precious.
Yep. Look, there's
I wonder if all
Bobby.
my kids could fit on a shirt.
Probably.
There's Odie. Probably not.
Yeah, but you could have
Maybe
multiple
just one
pictures of
each.
them.
Yeah, one of each.
Yeah, I guess we wouldn't have to repeat the pattern.
No, you're not. No, you're definitely not. You need to get like an airbrush, giant airbrush shirt.
God, I loved a good airbrush shirt back in the day.
Yeah.
Those are great.
Daniel Blunt says T-Bob has an immovable place among great LSU sitters. Yeah, you're right. It's only behind like 18 guys. Once you get past Ben Wilkerson, Kevin Mawai, Rudy Niswonger, Brett Helms, I know I'm missing some. There's so many guys that play in the NFL.
Kush.
Yeah, then I'm there. I agree. What?
Kush.
Yeah, exactly. Lloyd Cushenberry. Yes, the list goes on and on.
I mean,
Taylor just
probably
adding.
TJ Chester, honestly.
No, look, tell you what I'll do, T-Bob. For you, I'll come up with a list
He's
of
gonna crunch
LSU
the
centers
numbers.
that I think are better, and we'll go from there.
It will be long and
Oh,
distinguished.
shit.
I will put it that way. All right. When Hold the Man says, loved an airbrush shirt with a side of hermit crab.
Yeah.
Yes. Feels very 90s.
God, I had
early
my batting helmet had like a 13 with like.
The helmets.
Yeah.
Were
Had like the number 13. It wasn't like flames, but it had like, kind of like smoke kind of behind it,
Wait, you had that airbrushed on your actual batting helmet?
Yeah, like when I was 9 years
sick.
old. Yeah.
It's like goalie helmets in hockey are actually badass. We don't talk about
they are.
goalie helmets.
It was like every tournament had a stand where they were airbrushing helmets.
Yes. Good moneymaker.
Yeah.
Very good moneymaker. All right. When we get back, Ask the Bench. She brought you back Cold Curse Light, Vizzy, Artilter, Blue Moon, Light Sky, Citrus Sweet.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Pinnacle Exterior Construction, PECbuilt.com. We build the spaces, you build the memories at Pinnacle, and that's what this is all about. Whether it's an outdoor kitchen, outdoor living area, a suite pool, either spec pools or custom pools, maybe you want to put some turf in your backyard. The point is, any size or type of fence, pergolas, bulkheads, the point is, you make your yard the place you've always wanted it to be, that you and your family want to spend time at, and then the memories come in, right? Your kids want to have your friends over. It's going to change your life. Go to the website, look at the gallery for yourself, PECbuilt.com.
Yeah, when you go to the website, remember it is residential and commercial, right? So any of the things that they do, they can do it at your home or your business, including that artificial turf that we've been talking about. If you want a putting green in your home, if you want to space it your office, right? If you want anything, right? Workout space in your yard, they can do that. Check it out online, PECbuilt.com.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air during Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, The Hunt Palmer Show, and after further review with Matt Moscone.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
There's nothing chill about a hot, sweaty line. Unless you add mountain cold refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, you know, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, you know. We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back, OTB. Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cold Curse Light, Vizzy Hard Seltzer, Blue Moon Light Sky, Citrus Sweet. Hit the like button, y'all. Push it to 100 today. Let's go. Ask the Bench. If you only keep 2 QBs on the Saints roster, who are you keeping? Carr and Rattler, but I think you can keep
Hayner
3.
and Rattler.
Yeah, same.
Hayner Rattler, okay, yeah.
I was going to say yes.
Ask the bench. What are your go-to bets this weekend? I haven't thought about it yet, but
Georgia Tech.
I was going to say, what's Georgia Tech's spread? That's exactly where my mind was going to go. It's like I don't know what it is there, but I like what
Florida State 11.5 favorite.
Brent Key,
minus 11.5.
right?
Yep. Prize is Virginia Tech.
Yes, I like what Brent Key's got cooking with Haynes King and company over there.
So Florida State's minus 11.5. I'm going to take the Yellow Jackets to cover.
Yeah, working because FSU working a new quarterback with Uyunglele. Yeah. Hey, reminder, guys, go Tommy's for all of your windows, doors, and siding needs. You want Tommy's windows, doors, and siding. You want Hardy plank or vinyl siding, wood or vinyl windows, any type of door. You want to go to GEAUXTommys.com. Serving Louisiana with quality products and service. 5 great reasons to go to Tommy's. Fully licensed and insured, over a quarter-century worth of experience, worked throughout Louisiana, won the Super Service Award every year, Angie's Super Service Award every year since 2016, and free estimates. So make them a bid on your next project. Go look at the work for yourself at GEAUXTommys.com. Ask the bench, what's the deal with Taylor? I know, dude.
We don't know.
Every day I ask myself that. Every single day I ask myself that. Ask the bench. Did y'all ever have a hermit crab growing up?
I think we bought some at the beach for like 4th of July, but we always stayed like 10 days, so they never actually made it home.
God, what did y'all just kill them
For
within the
real?
10 days? What do you mean?
They died. I didn't
Why?
intentionally kill
Were you
them.
not
I don't
feeding
know.
them?
T-Bob, I want you to understand I was 6 and I wasn't a hermit crab whisperer, so there's a chance I was doing something wrong.
God, you just kill all those hermit crabs. DJ Trauma asked the bench, thought I'd get more insufferable energy from you today, T-Bob. Talking about carnies and Carfax. Somewhere along the line last week, I lost a little steam for the carny train. I'm still on it, but like, I don't know if I can be out here trying to convince people to hop on. And look, I thought yesterday that drive was awesome, but it's still. Let's just. I don't want to count my chickens too soon. Is all I'm saying. Daniel saying Taylor is a hermit crab.
I would say quite the opposite. Hermits kind of keep to themselves. They're pretty quiet, right? I would say complete opposite.
That's true. You see one hermit crab just shaking his claws at the other, just talking, just taking it.
That'd be me. Yeah.
We love you. We'll see you tomorrow. More to be.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected.